And we should be live. So we are here with the new Atlas of Discovery expansion. Thought I would do this one live since I've got it streaming all set up now. So basically what I've done is I have my regular standard character that I've played for a couple years now, and I've just kind of been idling away on this one. It hasn't really been doing anything. It's just been sitting there in the background, not actually doing anything. I haven't logged into the game for a while now. But yesterday or the day before, I actually logged in and threw it into combat. I saw somebody say they had found something or whatever since this last patch. So I thought I'd just let it warm up a little bit and kind of get used to logging back into the game and everything. So I've been fighting dragons or whatever. That's kind of what I've been doing just for like the last day or whatever. And I noticed we got this gem slot that I think that popped up on accident or whatever. Saw that the other day. But I've basically logged into the game and I haven't actually done anything. So we're about to find all this out ourselves. So in here, I have my usual setup. Pretty much every item in the game is in here. Did they put a symbol on this? What's that? Oh, that's cool. So they did a nice quality of life there. All right, so they put an upgrade item. I don't think that's coming from a mod. And while we're on that subject, the mods that I have are item uses, quick shards, handy dandy notebook, which I've had forever. Do I have room, which is for thieving, shining star, which is for astrology, shop item owned. That's so if you're going through the shop, it tells you whether you've got it. Show slayer tiers, show skill modifiers, color coded combat debuffs. Shows, I wonder if I should disable all these for now. You know what? Let's do that. Let's disable all these and reload. So that way we can get a look at what the actual content we've got is and not get blurred over of whether it's a mod or not. And some of them probably need updated. So this will be straight vanilla. Okay, let's do that. And let's see here. If we go through bank stuff, I guess we should just do that real quick. Yeah, the upgrade thing is definitely part of that patch. Looks like they may have put a little... Oh, you can actually go to the wiki from there too. That's cool. So I haven't really checked all the quality of life stuff that they've added in here either. Do we have anything up in the... Can't do potions here. All right, let's start at the shop. I know we can do extra bank tabs, which is cool. I always felt like I needed another one. So can we do one? Can we do two? Wonder if they've got it unlimited. All right, cool. Why did I want those? I have to go back. When we start playing, I'll have to remember why I wanted these. I don't think it was... Because like I have my crafting one. So I have basically the dump tab here. Then I have one for crafting, one for potions, one for runes, one for tablets, and then rings and amulets and stuff like that. Weapons. I don't remember why I did skilling. That's what this one's for, skilling. And then all your consumables, food. Oh, that's cool. They've got downgrades on there too. That's nice. And then ammo, and then just all the extra crap that's in here. So we'll have a couple of new tabs for whatever. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Blessed Bone Offering. We gotta have something for the Dark Altar. Wonder what that is. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Ooh, we got a whole tab for Atlas of Discovery too. Ship upgrade. We got to do some cartography, archaeology. There's some stuff for all the different skills. Have to level up. So this is all from the expansion because I already had all this. So this is a full completion account. I have everything done. So anything that's new would be from the expansion or the latest patch. So we've got an upgrade. This probably came from the latest patch. All right, so we'll buy that. And then the rest of this stuff, Underwater City. Ooh, that sounds cool. Unholy Forest sounds awesome. All right, we got anything new here? No new gloves. You know what? I better set this to 1 so I don't buy the wrong quantity. Skill capes, I'm going to guess we should have archaeology in here somewhere. Or did they put it in a section all its own? They must have put it in a section all its own because this all looks standard. Nothing in here that looks new. Kind of odd that they didn't add any summoning shards or anything. Lower this thing down a little bit here. Let's see what else we got. Nothing really pops out as new Slayer stuff. Township stuff looks normal. Unless they have archaeology or something in here. Which maybe they're keeping it all separate. Okay. Not really anything new there. Atlas of Discovery. So here's all the stuff here. So we got to start doing Cape of Completion. So they did separate it out. This would be kind of cool if they did that with the other expansion too, which I guess they did in some ways, but like the superior ones up here, that's different. Okay. Donate 271 artifacts. All right. Okay, let's go down to combat. So we knew we got the little gem slot added. This looks a little different. Was this stacked or something, or was it in the middle? It feels different. Feels a little different there. And no changes to food. Let's see here. Combat areas. Ooh, well, they've had a lot. Nice. Sweet. They've added a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 normal areas. 8 regular combat areas. That's pretty cool. Nice variety too. Possessed barrels. Fake doors. I like it. Melantis. All right. So they're definitely integrating in the what do we got? Cartography. They're definitely integrating in these skills. I'm pretty sure they said they were going to do that. That's cool. What do we got for Slayer areas then? Oh, they've added a. No, this is the other one. So they color coded the expansion. So we've got 3 new Slayer areas, and then this is all stuff from the Throne of the Herald expansion. Okay, what kind of dungeons we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 new dungeons. So they've really added a lot of just straight up combat areas. That's cool. So this will be pretty cool to go through with like a new run or something. That'd be kind of neat. Okay. What else we got here? Any new wood to chop? Looks like there is. What do we got on here? I'm going to guess they've added something to every skill. I read the patch notes, but it's been so long now. And it doesn't show up on the list. Not yet. We got any new fishing stuff? Does not appear to be. Of course, I'm going to guess there should be fire making. Any new thieving? Does not appear to be yet. All right, so let's look at cartography. That's pretty cool. So we just click on it, and do we do anything with this? What happens if we do survey? I wonder what the difference between survey and auto survey is. I'm sure we'll find out. Hex mastery bonus. Oh, and you get bank tokens for this? Oh, that'd be nice on a hardcore account. Like, that's the first thing to dive into. Is there a cost to this? Does not appear to be. Where's level 10? So you can actually go to a bunch of these. Tells you there's a dig site there. Okay. What do we got on archaeology? Ooh, well, there's a lot of artifacts to cover in. Dig sites. Locate in Okay, so we have to start in cartography no matter what. So you can't do anything. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Wow, that's a lot. I like how they just went right up to 122. Like, just right off the bat. There's not, I mean, it goes up to 99. You got your mastery, but like it just goes right on into 120. That's cool. Okay, so completion log. Skills. Let's see here. True completion. It's not showing anything extra for wood cutting. I thought if we just do this, I thought I briefly clicked through this earlier today. Just before I logged in, I just clicked through and I thought this changed. Maybe it didn't. I thought I saw these were lit up like they had extra stuff. Maybe not, I guess. I'm not sure. Let's attack. Wood cutting. That's what I was looking for. There is extra wood to cut. Oh, unholy trees right there. And cursed trees. Oh, so they are on the list. It's just because I've already got 120. They're already there. All right, makes sense. What? Kind of makes it a little more difficult because now I can't see what I'm missing. And we can burn unholy trees and cursed trees, so that probably adds a little bit in there for leveling. So is there anything new in cooking? It doesn't seem like it. Crystals for mining, pure crystal, nothing else. All that looks normal. Do we get anything in smithing? Oh, yeah, there we go. A bunch of crystal stuff sitting right at the mithril level. Wonder what a new character will be like going through this. Unholy swords, unholy plate bodies. Oh, they've really added a lot of stuff. And this is all that. So we don't have 120s. We don't have 120 melee gear in this. That's interesting. Does this go up to 120? I'm sure it does. How about fletching? What we got in here? Yep, crystal stuff there. Pure crystal. Crafting. Barrier dust. Amulet of barrier touch. Unholy amulet. Yeah, they've added a few things in here for sure. Let's see here. Not a ton. Not much into the crafting. What about rune crafting? Let's see here. Did we get anything? Rune crafting pretty much covers magic from bottom to top, though. Yeah, crystal battle staff. So there's a few extra new items in here. Herblore? We got any new herblore? I'm sure there's herblore. There's got to be. Yep. Crystal sanction. There's a little bit of stuff in there. Agility. I'm going to guess there's probably some new agility. Didn't think about looking at that. Do we have... Oh, it's already there. Oh, it's been so long since I've played. It has been so long. Do they change anything in here? No. So the pillars haven't changed. I would expect something to be in here. Doesn't appear to be. Like they don't have cartography in here anywhere? Huh. Speaking of that, what are we doing here? Oh, we can travel. All right. Oh, so you have to survey the area out before you can go. So if we... Oh, and it costs gold to travel. Okay. So that'd be expensive. Do auto survey. What's auto survey do? Does that like go around in a big circle? I wonder what these are for. Maybe you should click the game guide. Auto survey will automatically queue hexes in a predefined order. So is that what this number is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I take auto survey off, that's what that number's for. Okay. So that's how your auto surveying is through there. And this lets it idle. All right. So manually queue which hexes to survey for more curated experience. But I'm going to guess once we've surveyed it, we don't have to go back to it. Archaeology site. But like if I wanted to get to here, I would probably want this to, I would want to stop surveying that and then just manually go over to it. what the question mark's going to give us. Oh, you know what? Hey, what's up? And this is the first time I'm doing this live. So we're all in a new boat. I need to switch to the skilling suit that I have. Totally didn't think about putting it on, leaving on combat stuff there. So we need to worry about putting this into, is it this book? Nope, not that one. I gotta start putting all the skilling crap on. It's been a minute since I've played, so I definitely want the Ancient Ring of Skills. What else do we want here? I feel like there was a XP book or something. That'll be in my offhand stuff. You guys jump in to play this yet? Yeah, there it is. I want that on. Did I not just equip that? Oh, I did passive, didn't I? Nope, I don't want that there. I want this. Oh, it's like figuring out how to walk again. All right, equip, offhand, and then we set that here. And let's see, what else do we have for XP? I don't think we want the hat. I do want the signet ring back on, so put that there. This thing should be giving all this. Ooh, do we have mastery? Let's see here. Oh yeah, we need to travel. I wonder how this would be with hardcore. Dig site map. You know what? Guess I better read the directions some more here. Okay, mechanic, surveying. Surveying hexes is a primary mechanic which will allow you to slowly uncover the map of Melvor Idol and discover various locations that will help archaeology and combat. I'm going to guess, yeah, each hex has its own max level, which when reached will allow you to travel. So I'm going to guess you have to be a certain level of this to get to the next one. You're able to travel around the map that have hexes that have been surveyed to max level. Traveling comes at the cost of gold per hex. Pathfinding algorithm for traveling will always choose the cheapest route possible. Okay. Survey range and sight range. So I wonder if there's a reason to keep coming back to these things. Like it's a big evolving circle, but like, is there a reason to, I guess it's going to work its way around and you're going to travel across. I'm not sure. I have to see how this goes. Survey range determines what hexes can be surveyed from your current location. You must be, so we can probably expand our survey range. Sight range acts as your vision. Okay. Point of interest. Standard point of interest. A port. Used when traveling to significantly reduce GP cost to get to a location. Okay. Active point of interest. On the hex to become active. Before you can train archaeology, you must first locate dig sites within cartography and then create maps. So I wonder if they've weaved everything back and forth. Like, do you have to go to you start in God, I can't say the word, cartography, and then go to archaeology, and then do you have to get stuff there and come back? I bet it's going to go back and forth. Discovering a dig site is marked with an exclamation point. When you survey this hex to maximum level, you'll be able to create maps for it. Undiscovered dig site. Let's see here. What do we do? Guess we have to travel there. Old time-worn village constructed from weathered wood and straw. Free dig site map. Okay, so what happens if I do it? Create. You have to turn logs into paper. Okay, so did I get anything for this? Nope, still haven't got anything yet. How do I know that I have a dig site map? Or is that in archaeology? Okay, so what do we do here? Maps for dig sites. You must first create maps. So I guess I wonder if we do maps one time or if you have to do it multiple times. Return and begin digging. There's limit to how many maps you can have created maps for a given maps at a time for a dig site. As you run out of actions on a map, it will. So do we have to keep generating maps to do this? Looks like it. So it's probably going to work for a while and then quit is what I'm getting. You will notice there are 4 different types of tools. Size the artifacts you are digging. Sieve, trowel, shovel, which we can buy all that. Artifact rarity. Chance to obtain artifacts are defined by the rarities. Yeah, okay. Not every dig site will have an item for every single rarity. Show artifacts button. Yeah, cool. So it lists all that right there. Okay. Grand Museum of Melvor. Donate 1 of every single one. It will be removed from your bank and will forever sit inside the museum to donate an item. Just click it in the museum. We'll indicate what artifact. For every 10 you donate, you'll be rewarded with gold or items, like bank slot tokens. So they've really gone all in on the bank slot tokens. What level is this? Oh, so there's a number of these to find. That's cool. Okay. Let's go back to, well, let's go here. Oh, we can't excavate. I'm going to guess that we need to go to the shop. Do we need to buy anything? Why are we not excavating? No dig site map selected. Oh, click on map. And select tool. Is there any reason to not select these? You get the best chance of finding something here, so I guess maybe we start with that. See how that goes. So I must have found the Book of Scholars. Did I get anything? Nope. And I need to go back and change, what was that? That was the notification thing with error. Get rid of that. Because that thing doesn't go away if you don't turn that off. All right, so we just let this thing chug for a little bit. Unlock this dig site. Shop or site mastery. So is there... I don't know what that means. This wasn't passive, was it? So if I do survey here, that's going to stop archaeology. Yeah. So they basically, it's kind of you're gate kept, if you want to call it that. Like you can't go any further than this. So you have to do this one to get something with other dig sites. Okay, a lot of dig sites. So this expansion is really, like, you can't do any combat at all. You got to go find all these caves and stuff first. One more barrier monsters. All right. So I guess we just wait. 1% chance to preserve dig site masteries. Oh, you know, do I want... I think I want to run the XP ring first. I don't think I want to do mastery. Try to get this leveled up as quickly as possible. Let's take a look at the item log. What we got here for this? Show undiscovered then. That's a lot of items. That's a lot of stuff to find. Only, let's see, show discovered. So I have found stuff. Does that sit in my inventory? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So I think this will become my new expansion tab. Wildberry seeds. Can we plant this? Or is this an artifact? Oh, you know what? I haven't even looked at farming. Yep. Ancient wildberry, ancient corn. Okay. So plant all ancient wildberry, but I don't have very many. So we can only do a couple. All right, those are going. That'll take care of that. Is there any new herbs? It looks like all the same stuff. And ooh, they locked one. You gotta get giant clay pot. Oh, they've added. Okay, they've added some extra farming spots. Did I miss that over here? Yeah, they've added some extra farming slots. Okay. So we've got some there. I'll just plant all selected. I don't think there's anything different. They didn't add anything for trees. Does not look like we have any new trees. Yeah, we'll just plant all these. I don't remember what I was doing, but I'll just plant it all. I think I was working on... I don't even know what I was working on with that, to be honest with you. So, giant clay pots. That's going to be crafting. Special items. All right, so we got leather, dragon hide, which none of this should change. Did they add any rings? Doesn't look like it. So what's kind of weird is they're actually separating out everything that's expansion and not, and sometimes they do a better job than others. So they didn't add any bags. They didn't add any urns. They didn't add any hardwood stuff. We've got special and imbued. We have to find barrier dust to get this stuff. So that means they're basically putting in upgrades for all the different gear we've got. Kind of nice to get there, but that's going to take a while to get all this stuff, I'm assuming. And nothing new. Nothing new. Artifact value. So it looks like... Oh, okay. So this does tick down. So that's why you have to have the different maps. So can we open up more tools? Get more stuff? I'm assuming that just makes it harder to get anything. Well, we're finding bones. Nothing of interest. Okay. Township. What are we doing here? Oh, they did add a bunch of township stuff too. That one's ready to go. Normal's got... These are ready to go. I should have almost all these done by now. Most of that's killed. Yeah, I don't have enough of the crossbows. Whatever. Mirror shields. So I gotta go buy mirror shields. Confetti crossbow, skull capes. So that means I need to buy a couple of those because I'm going to lose them. That's nice that they've added a few more. And they have made them a little difficult too. I must have this stuff equipped. Let's see. Throne of the Herald. Oh, those are all done. Atlas of Discovery. Paper. So that's a lot. That looks like they've got some pretty cool monsters in here too. Pirate flag. Kill a bunch of pirates. Soul Taker Witch. Crystal Behemoth. I mean, some pretty cool monsters to fight, I think. Looks like the artwork's pretty cool from what you can see. All right. Did we get anything new here? Oh yeah, and when I fired my game up the other day, I had a whole bunch of, this was like completely full. I had to go empty all this out, buy a whole bunch of stuff up. Do 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 do. Okay. Anything new and exciting? Old wooden label. Ladle. God. Minus 10% cooking interval. All right. Let's throw that in the skilling thing. Got another one. Broken jug. So this is seeds. Need to throw that in the old seed section here. Where do I have that? Is that in here? Yeah. All right, throw those in there. These are artifacts used to purchase a shop unlock. So can we go to the museum and turn anything in? Yeah, we can turn stuff in there. I didn't catch if that gave XP. No, gotta lose the ladle right off the bat. I guess we get more of them. Bunch of donations till the next reward. But they don't say what the reward is. Oh, and we've unlocked another area. I'm going to let this thing tick over for the mastery. Should be one or two more cycles of this. And then we'll go back to cartography for a minute. Actually, it looks like it's taking a little bit longer. Oh, because I'm finding nothing of interest. That's probably why it's not raising the mastery. So if we dial this back. Okay, so basically you're getting a 10% chance, roughly 10% chance to find something. All right, we stop that. Let's do auto survey. Let that thing run for a minute and come back over to here. Old hunting bow, broken trowel. That looks like garbage. This looks like it's an actual weapon. What level is this? This has got to be low level. Level 20. Just use regular arrows. Okay, we'll throw this in the weapon section here. Pretty good sized map too. Wonder how long it's going to take to get all this done. Wonder if you can just let this thing chug. Does it just keep surveying all night long, or does it like stop because it's leveled up or something? And if you're hearing the lawnmower next door, that's because somebody's cutting grass. It's always about this time too. It's loud as hell. So that takes level 10 cartography. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So it has to go out in a bigger circle every time. XP is 2, 2, 2, 2. So this all sucks for XP. And we do have mastery, though. Oh, yeah, I looked at this earlier. You get... Point of interest, Southern Lighthouse. Anything to do here? There's not a dig site for this, is there? Looking for something that's not named, which is going to be over here, and that's going to be the ancient market. So this just must be... That is just a spot to be in. Let's survey this. You guys all jump into this expansion yet and check it out? It seems pretty cool. I'm a little torn on whether, like, you have to find all this stuff in cartography first, which is fine, but like I kind of wanted to get into combat a little bit earlier just to kill something. We can wait on this. Let's see. Let's go back here. I didn't look at all this stuff. What do we get for drops? So I'm going to guess we need some of this barrier touch stuff, whatever that all entails. Gems and everything. That should be quick. All these drop barrier touch gems. Lesser summoning amulet. That reminds me, I wanted to try and do an actual summoning build. Or set up a summoning class. Barrier sapping gloves. I wonder what the barrier stuff's all about. Vial of acid. Oh, lore in here. That's cool. Ancient Relics game mode. Did they add a new game mode or is that like a mod? Poisonous arrows. All right, hang on. Let's do auto survey then. I didn't realize they added some. Oh, maybe I did realize they added some new game modes. Ancient relics can be located in skills to gain blah, blah, blah. Defeat dungeons. Well, let's check it out. Indiana Jones. Let's call it that. Why not? So is this? Looks like just regular stuff. I need to read about this then and see what the difference is, because this looks normal except you don't have fishing and cooking. Oh. Okay. What did this thing say again? Maybe I should reread this. Oh, that's right. So okay. Ancient relics can be located in all skills to gain unique permanent modifiers, 6 per skill. Ancient relics can be located in max skill levels are capped at 10. Defeat dungeons to increase the max skill level. Dungeons also provide food crates upon completion as reward, harsher penalty. Now, see, this is what they should have done with adventure mode. This is kind of how I feel like this is what adventure mode should work, how it should be. It's something like this. Like, the only gimmick to adventure mode is that things are 10 times, all the values are times 10. And then you have to unlock your skills. That's kind of it. How do I skip out of this? Back. I'll look at that mode in a minute. Yeah, they're forcing you into dungeons. That's cool. I might have to check that. I'm going to have to look at that game mode. That is the kind of change that I wanted for adventure mode. That's what I really wanted to see out of adventure. Adventure's cool. I like the concept, but once you've bought all the skills out, there's really nothing different than it in standard. Like, there's no other change to it. I would love to see him do something where you had to, like, if you were in adventure mode, you had to go and complete a dungeon to unlock Slayer areas. Like, you had to go beat the chicken coop to unlock something else. That, I think, would be cool in adventure mode. Just kind of change it up. But this new game mode looks like that's exactly what that is what I wanted from Adventure. So they just made a whole new game mode. That's cool. That'll be interesting to try. That looks like it's going to be a kind of a wild game mode. What do we get as we level? Oh, there's nothing here. Did they ever go and change? No, you still can't remove that stuff, can you? Or can you go up here? No. I thought they were going to change this to where we could redo the quick equips and stuff and like remove them easily and not be stuck with them. Guess they decided not to. Well, that's cool. It kind of, the further along you get, the more your picture you see. So if I skip over to this, it stays there. Oh, okay. I see. So this is level 0. You don't see anything. So you can actually go through here and look at these and see what's there and whether you want to bother with going into it. We can't travel here until, can we travel here? No, you have to, I guess you have to fully survey it. Oh, everybody starts at somewhere different on the map? That's cool. That means every character starts in a different spot. That's kind of neat. I wonder how far you move, though. Like, is it just moved at different small increments, or if they just I wonder if the map's totally randomly generated, or if it's just a select, you know what I mean, for wherever you're at, or whatever character you're at. Like, is the map static? Or is it always changing? Because it's got these hex grids, I would imagine it could change. But then again, oh, 4 cells away. See, I'm wondering if they moved this or like, because it's a hex grid, you'd think they could reorganize certain things. But with that said, these all have to match. Like, you couldn't jumble this up and get it, you know, like in random spots. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't make sense because the little flag for this thing comes off of this hex tile. So what do we do here? Oh, this was just digging. We can't do anything here. All right, so that one's done. This one is, that's got a dock, so I'm going to guess that makes it cheaper to travel to. Yeah. Well, you know, they put these question marks there. It's like, that's the place you want to go to, is right where they've got. Oh, up in here. This is level 5. All right, that'll be cool. We can't buy anything, can we? Yes. Can buy that. 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 And that. So little upgrades there. +1 archaeology, dig site, map slot. Okay. What are these things? Old cauldrons. All right, fine. 10% chance to gain 1. Oh, that'll be nice. Magic anvil looks cool. Cheaper agility costs. That'll be nice. I don't like skipping the agility stuff. I know some people hate having to spend the things for agility, but I don't mind it so much. It kind of makes you choose, like, especially in hardcore, you have to choose whether you're going to make that upgrade or not. And I think that's just part of it. Whereas here, I've got like everything in the game just sitting there in the bank somewhere. No new items. I wonder if we get anything from cartography or if that just comes from archaeology. I like how they've incorporated these two skills together. Like you have to do one to get to the other. And I mean, it's kind of the same way of like wood cutting and fletching and stuff like that. But these two work together. Like instead of just adding archaeology, they added two different things that work together. And this all feeds into the rest of it. And like the whole thing in here is for discovery. I guess that's why they called it discovery. That's cool the way they did all that. Ooh, login bug. Hopefully they're not down. Every once in a while this thing goes down and you wonder if it's you, and then you go look on Discord or Reddit or something and see that it's the server having issues, but it takes a minute for everybody to catch up and start complaining about it. Oh, and we got coordinates. But they don't, nope, doesn't show up down here. So I can't click on anything that I can't see. Okay, that makes sense. Did I go that way or were these started? I don't remember anymore. And what level am I on? I thought this thing actually showed you. I guess not. Or is it because, no, it's still surveying this one, right? Oh. Oh, it's because I zoomed out. All right. God, I was losing my mind for a second there. A little arrow here. Oh, that just takes you to where you're at. Oh, that's cool. So what else could they do with this? Like they've added a mapping component to this now. And can modders do stuff like this? Like, can you have... why didn't they do this? What they should have done is they should have taken this. Oh, this would be cool. This would be awesome in some way. If they were to take this idea here and overlay all of the dungeons and stuff on it, that'd be kind of cool. To where you could, you can come up here and pick your combat areas and stuff like that. But I think it'd be kind of cool to have this with the dungeons and stuff laid out. So you actually had to like travel to it and do stuff. That'd be kind of neat. I now want a mod that has all the dungeons and stuff on there. I think that would be cool. And if they put all that in here so you can see where everything is, that's even better. But it'd be kind of neat to go in here and be able to select, I want to go here, and I guess that, it adds travel mechanics or something to it. Because then you got to pay a cost to go travel over. But that'd be kind of an interesting way of doing more with the game. Like if you, instead of just clicking on a combat area and saying, go fight this creature, maybe you go select it from here and you got to travel over to it or something just to make it. Maybe that's how you make adventure mode a little more interesting. See, that'd be cool too. Glad we got modding. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Add the dungeons onto here, add the combat areas onto here. Like, imagine that you see where this stuff is. I mean, it's kind of like RuneScape, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. Instead of just selecting it from this box here, you go and you actually travel over to that area, like there's a farm over here or something. You got to go fight Farmer Bob or whatever over there. That'd be kind of neat. A little more interaction with it. Now that they've got this, that kind of opens up a lot more possibilities to a lot of other new things. I think that'd be kind of... Tiles give loot. That'd be cool. This one is taking forever. So they did put the farm in the Golden Village in. Cool. Oh, well, that's the old village. Wait, didn't we have... No, we did not have old village on here. Do. Yeah, I kind of figured they had some of that stuff on here. We really haven't seen much of this. At least I haven't. I haven't been watching a whole lot. Southern Lighthouse. Yeah, but do we have light? I don't remember a lighthouse being anywhere. All right. We'll come back to that. We'll do auto survey for a minute here. Let this thing chug. Well, like, this map opens up a lot of things. Like if you had to travel to the dungeons, if you had Township, like they were talking about doing a Township 2.0 where you had like something about fighting towns or something like that. I don't remember all the specifics, but you know, that'd be kind of cool if you had like your town over on one side and you had to go fight something over there. Like, I don't know that you'd want to have like set up stuff, but I wish Township had a little bit more to it. Like this is cool and all, but I wish you could feed into it. Like in some ways, I wish that I had to supply it with wood. You know, the township is kind of self-sufficient, where I kind of expected to have to feed stuff into it or be able to feed stuff into it to make it go faster or whatever. Like you had a baseline, you know, they were gonna chop their own trees for a limited amount of time. But if I wanted to throw my wood in there, I could make it go a little quicker. And I know we can kind of do that, but it's kind of not the way I saw it. Yeah, I figured the new dungeons and stuff would be on here. I'm presuming that's why it says you have to find it in here. Like it says you have to discover the iconic cave in cartography. So you have to go find all this stuff. Yeah, which is fine. Basically, let this thing chug for an hour and come back and see what is found. We have a filter. That's cool. Oh, got a new one unlocked. I don't think you can reorder these, can you? Nope. That's just the way it's going to go. So it just keeps going around in a circle until it gets satisfied. I like this. I like this mapping. Wish I could speed it up. Still kind of wonder if we don't have... Oh, you know, I never looked at summoning. Do we have... Mark of the Tortoise? I got something earlier. I guess it was the tortoise one. That's it? That's all we've got? Old school RuneScape? Yeah, sometime. I'm still trying to get used to RuneScape 3. I forgot to look in here too. Right here. and RuneScape 3 is embroiled in controversy over that whole Game Pass thing, or Hero Pass, or whatever the hell. I'm just laughing. I'm kind of indifferent about it. I don't really care, but I'm not really playing as much as I want to. Got sucked into Path of Exile, and I'm having a hard time getting away from it. But then this came out, and I'm like, hell yeah. I kind of miss playing this because you can like play this throughout the day, check it on the phone, play it at night. Like I don't have to be chained to my computer to play it, although I am now. But I kind of like checking stuff out on the PC. But it's fun to play this on mobile, which I'm wondering how this works on mobile now. That's probably why you can zoom in, and that's probably why they have the little buttons on that side. Now I'm curious. Although, can't really do anything. There's a whole lot of nothing in here, isn't there? So, can we go off in... Like, it's not showing this stuff. Is there a reason I can't see these hex grids? Like, I'm in this one, or does this light up once I've finished that? Maybe that's what happens. Must be what it does. Yeah, the thing that I love about this game is that you can just play this game. Yeah, I know I'm on the lighthouse, but I mean, as I'm exploring this, like once this levels up, is it going to start showing these grids, or do I have to actually move over here? Oh, so I have to travel. Gotcha. All right. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I was thinking it would fill in as you like researched. Undiscovered point of interest. Okay. The iconic cave. Strange cave. Yeah, that's what I figured it'd be, pinch and zoom, which is fine. I think this would be fine on mobile. But what I like about this game is you can play this on like a phone. I can play RuneScape on the phone. It's not too bad. I would rather prefer to have it on a tablet or something. I've thought about getting a tablet. I just haven't got there yet. But what I love about this is you can just log out of it and it keeps playing and it keeps doing things. The problem I have with RuneScape, I'd love to play it more, but I want to sit out on the couch and watch a movie and do stuff. And it's kind of inconvenient to do that with a laptop sitting on you. You know what I mean? Or sitting in here. So it's kind of 50-50 on... Oh, that even has that. All right, let's go do some combat. Do I still have combat stuff set up? Yeah, see, like we've got in-level gear too, so this should be a walk in the park, I think. First one up. Let's see, you are magic. Or melee, so I need magic. Yeah, that's not a hard fight. What are we doing for magic these days? Oh, yeah, we're running. Look at what barrier is on the tooltip. Oh. Does it not mouse over? Or do we have to go up here? Well, they really updated this too. Look at that. They put the combat triangle and everything in here. I feel like that was way different. Oh, gems. Okay. Hey, look. We got stuff to equip. Barrier can only be damaged by summoning familiar attacks. Okay. So is that why we're getting... Now, this is just a crappy basic sword. Think. Swords go here. All right. Hang on for a second. We need to run. All right. So let me think here. I'll do that. I don't want to mess that one up. I think I've got all this stuff saved. Looks like yes. So that should all be there. What all did we get? Imbued bars. Yeah, I think that's all new. So they've added some stuff. What did we get? Smithing in here. Dark steel bars. Okay. Aeronite. Yeah, so they've added they've added quite a bit of stuff here. Imbued bars over here. Yeah, because they have, what did we look at? Crafting. There's imbued stuff down here for this stuff too. Which, does rune crafting have that? Special items. So they added unholy stuff. Did they add any new runes? Yeah, we didn't look at rune crafting either. I feel like this doesn't have anything new. Okay. Combat. I need to go and look up. Oh, God, we got all that stuff so late. The thing that I hated about the Throne of the Herald is that what's that combat area? Was it a dungeon? Yeah, the Necromancer's Palace. What do we get out of this thing? We got all this stuff. All the summoning stuff we got so late in the game. That's not the curse. I thought we got... Didn't we get all kinds of gear? Or was it just amulets and rings? I don't want the blood ring. Summon... Nope. Totally forgot what we got. This thing here. Put that on. Oh, I don't want to get rid of that. I guess we have to. And let's see here. Go over here. Put that on, that on. Yeah, I think that's it. I thought we had an armor set. Whatever. Okay, so plus 15 barrier damage per attack. 5% summoning familiar damage adds extra damage to barrier and 15 flat barrier damage. What the hell does that mean? Unselect the skill you don't want to show the item. From the item pane? Not sure I'm following there, but that sounds like a nice quality of life thing. Is there filters? No. Yeah. So we can only attack with familiars. Was there... Where did I put all that? Was that in here? Is there summoning in here? That's for creating. That's for creating. So no. Man, it's been so long since I've played. I feel like there's some more summoning stuff that I need to do. Totally not thinking of it. So this does no damage, and that does all the damage. So if that's the case... I don't want to waste this stuff. I would want to... switch this out to melee. This should all be saved too, right? Yeah, I think it's all saved. That. Yep, that and that are on, and that and that. Okay, now let's do this without wasting too much stuff. But you're going to take the negative to the combat triangle. Why am I not doing anything? Oh, because I don't have tablets. Jesus. There's a big brain move right there. So we want that one. Oh, we can't double click. We want that one. And you know what? Let's put that one on there too. So we are doing 882. We didn't get anything for summoning damage, did we? I like how this is set to do... I do like how this is set to use the summoning stuff. I think that's pretty cool. I'm wondering if there's something you can get, like a gem. Oh, Jesus, I keep forgetting to put these gems on. Which one do I want? Barrier damage dealt. All right, throw that on there. What's this one do? 5%. So we're still not hitting there. Plus 15 barrier damage dealt by attacker. What the hell's the difference between that and 5% summoning familiar? I guess the summoning familiar does a little more, but shield gem. Yeah, but what's the other one do? Like it says plus 15 flat barrier damage dealt by attacker. Do we have to do something with... You earn no combat XP for damage against barrier. Okay. You earn 0.45 summoning XP per damage, so that's a good way to raise summoning, actually. Barrier regenerates 25%. So do we have to take the bear? Oh, that's the blue thing. Oh, okay. This is going by so fast. We don't do damage there. We take the barrier off, then we kill him. All right, I see. So the little blue line up here is the barrier, and you have to take that thing off. Okay, that makes sense. No barrier damage on your own. Yeah. All right, so they've added a little bit new mechanic in here. And we can go ahead and equip this offhand. What's up? Yep, playing DLC. I'm on vacation this week, and it just so happened to coincide that this came out this week. So I've been looking forward to it. You know, I actually thought this was coming out on the 4th. I didn't realize it was coming out on the 7th because they came out with the release date, and I'm like, cool, that's the week I'm off. And then I was all happy about it. And then they came out with that thing that said, oh, we're going to give you gifts or whatever, a treasure chest or something. And it was on the 4th. And I got that confused with this. So I was all excited to go stream this on Monday. And then it wasn't there. So I'm going to check out that Ancient Relics mode, but I wanted to see what I was getting into. So this is my standard account, which is fully complete. I have everything in the game, everything in the base game. And I did this with the other expansion too. I just started with this one so I could see what I was getting. You know what I mean? Then you can plan better if you're going to do the other mode. I didn't realize they had that other mode, or I forgot about the other mode. And now I'm excited for it. But I want to get this progressed a little bit first to see where things go. All right, do I need to kill this guy anymore? I've gotten everything off of him. So we go over to here, fight the archers. So the combat triangle, that's wild. The combat triangle is going to matter more once you get the bigger creatures. I'm going to guess these are going to be easy. Like, I have the in-game gear. It's not going to be that hard, I don't think. Now, the dungeons might be a different story, although these are lesser. This is bigger than Into the Mist. Hey, you know what I just noticed? No, maybe they did that before. Did they do that here? No. No. So one of the mods that I have actually tells you what these creatures are if you're going to go Slayer fight. I thought this had that. Nope. They didn't incorporate that into the game. They did all that quality of life stuff, but I didn't think they didn't put that one in. Resorted everything via Slayer curve? Is it resorted, or is it just relocated because they added stuff? Because you had these three across the top. This would be up here. That would be over here. Yeah, it looks like it's just reordered because they added stuff. Oh, over here. Ah, Jesus. That's the one I want to close down. Yeah, you're right. They did move that. Yeah, that always felt weird. Like, you got to go fight these Golbans that kick your ass and kill you, but you really want to go fight plants, but they were over on this side. Okay, nice. You can do both. Finish the expansion with the main account on one and then do the ancient relics on the other. Just run another character. So I ended up with like 6 characters at one point. Or 5, something like that. I had a bunch of different characters. Because I was running, well, 3. I had at least 3, 4, something like that. Because I had regular, hardcore, adventure mode, and then something else at one point. Yeah, I like this expansion. I like how different this expansion is. Like, they do a good job of making everything unique. Not everything, but like wood cutting isn't the same as, say, mining. They're similar, like you click on it and do something, but they're just different enough that they're, you know, even if they're similar, they're different enough. And they've done the same thing with all this cartography and stuff. It's all new and shiny. Yeah, there is a couple of trees. We've got a couple of trees on here. And is there fish? I didn't see any fish in here. Unless it's an area you got to find. I thought I looked at the milestones and like I didn't. Oh, there is. Raw halibut. So there are new ones. Mackerel, halibut, tilapia. But they didn't add. No, they didn't. Doesn't look like they put anything new here. What's weird is some of this only goes up to 99. They don't have all the 120 stuff. Like, not everything goes to 120. No, I didn't do anything for the patch. No, I didn't do hardcore combat only yet. I wanted to, but I did so much. You know, what's kind of funny is I played this for a couple of years and there was like, I did not foresee myself stopping to play this. And then once I got done with my hardcore character, like my standard character was done, hardcore was done, adventure was done, I wanted to go play something else, but I was kind of burned out. And once I actually quit, it was nice to just take a little bit of a break. And now we're back. So it's kind of nice to just chill out and do something else for a while. Oh, I wonder why they didn't add anything into. True, I guess. So they didn't add anything into the 120s because then you'd have to go buy the other expansion. But why would they not? Yeah. I wonder if there was some way they could add that stuff in to get to 120. Why they didn't put? Why didn't they just do 120 stuff on here though? I mean, they'd have to add more content, but it makes sense if you were gonna. I don't know. Seems kind of odd. I get why they didn't do it, but you could totally put. Well, you'd have to add a whole bunch of other trees because this added a lot. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 trees here. So you'd have to add another 9 trees to compensate for that, and that's a lot of extra stuff. Maybe they don't want to do 120s on anything else except for maybe these skills. Yeah, more to collect. We got a bow. Basic short bow. Sounds crappy. Throw you in there. So these things aren't consumable. Well, but yeah, depends on how they did it. Like if they had full 120 for everything. So like when they added Throne of the Herald, we got extra trees. We got bad example. We got extra mining stuff, and those all went to 120. So I guess with each expansion, you would have to keep continuing to add more stuff. Like a full range of stuff. You got pure essence. All this is Throne of the Herald stuff right here. So to do that, you'd have to have another set of another bunch of stuff, which would have to like weave in and out of this. Yeah, I guess I see why they did that. So the only skills that go to 120 in this are cartography and archaeology, which I guess if you were going to play all the expansions together like I have now, it just means you've got a couple of extra things. So, oh yeah, we got some crystal to mine out here too. Crystal, pure crystal. Ooh. I guess that makes sense. I guess if they wanted to have 120s on everything, they would have to have 120 in the base game or move some of this stuff to the base game, and then you could do it that way, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I know they do want to stick with, like, I read something that they don't want to have too much power creep. Like, they don't want to do like 130, 140, stuff like that. So I think it's going to be adjacent. Everything they're doing is just going to be added adjacent. So you're not going to get another 130, 140, or whatever. It's just going to be more stuff added to the side. I was just trying to think of how you could do that without really screwing all this up. Like, the big draw of Throne of the Herald is that you're getting onyx and iridium and all this stuff. Like if you pulled that out and put it into the base game, that would kind of ruin things for that. But then you can't incorporate other stuff into 120. Or if you did have 120 stuff, but you had to have both expansions, then people would feel like they were missing content because they didn't get the. Yeah, I can see where that gets to be a problem. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff you can idle that don't do a lot of damage. The problem is you have to be able to get up to doing it. And if you're playing hardcore, it's more difficult because, like, I was actually looking at doing what was I doing? Conquest mode. I actually started a character for Conquest here a month ago and let it run for a little while. And you can actually idle plants all day long. Problem is, as you level up with standard or adventure mode, you re-heal. Like you don't, any damage you take will eventually heal back up. With hardcore, you don't. So if you're playing on a hardcore character, you can't idle plants because you will just die. Eventually, they'll chip away 1 HP at a time and you die. But you can idle plants very easily and get to. I think I was at like level 60 or 80 or something like that. I just kept switching back and forth between the different combat styles, attack, strength, and defense. And I had those up pretty high just fighting plants. But then I kind of didn't do anything with that. Yeah, this barrier thing is, and they could do that with a lot of other things too. Like now that they've added this, you could add like maybe a fire shield or something. Like you could have all elemental shields you have to switch around between. I think that'd be kind of cool too. All right, if we ground this chick out, yeah, she's done. All right, get out of here. Do this one. What do we get here? Basic staff. All right, we probably should go for the lesser summoning amulet first, but I'm going to do this one. End of turn healing. Well, ain't going to heal past that. So I'm probably doing a disservice by not switching to ranged. Oh, because I don't have summoning stuff on. Let's do these. And we'll do those. So the way this game works is you have to idle things to level up. And you want to switch when you want to do plants first because the other things will kill you. So if you don't mind dying a lot, you can try to attack the other stuff, but you want to idle plants long enough to be able to go on to the next tier of things. So like you would start off with plants and then go on to chickens. Chickens will kick your ass for a while until you've leveled up enough hit points and attack, strength, and defense, and they all kind of work together. So you're going to hit harder. You're going to, with strength, you hit harder. With attack, you're more accurate. And then with defense, you have the ability to block or avoid that, not necessarily block, but avoid that shot. So the jump from plants to chickens is kind of steep in some regards until you've leveled up a little bit. And like you can go in and just punching. You don't have to have a dagger or anything to do that. But you have to get enough into plants before you can move on to the next monster. And like Golbans, these things are tough, a little bit tougher when you're first starting out. And then, as you build up, they get better. But some of this stuff's, when you're first starting out, is pretty tough. But then once you do get leveled up far enough, you'll want to park on something like these tentacles or these giant crabs because those have a bigger hit. They have more hit points, so more chance to hit and more chance to beat on them, but they don't do a lot of damage to you and they don't hit very often. So eventually, once you're able to idle on these for a while, you'll level up a lot quicker as far as that goes. Oh, looks like we looted this guy out. Yep, get away from him. And one more. +1 hidden magic level for every 2 levels of magic. That sounds interesting. Like, I don't expect that to do very good at endgame or anything, but you're adding, for every 2 levels of magic. So if you're at 120 magic, that's like 60 extra levels of magic. I wonder what that'll do. You know what? Do I have any more summoning stuff? Put that on, and that, and that. Do. Oh, shit. I don't have the gems on. Equip that. And that. New mechanics. Got things to remember to do. Do these give anything? No, they're not giving anything new. I like the little art they've done for this, too. These look good. Nope, no bugs or glitches. This has been playing fairly well. At least that I've seen. And it's hard to tell whether it's a bug or intended when you don't know what it's supposed to be doing in the first place. Kind of learn the hard way. Is that a clown face? Do I have bleed on somewhere? Oh man, some of these boss fights are going to be tough then because you're going to have to bust that barrier down and then get in there. Yeah, this is... They've been messing with this since Christmas, haven't they? Like, somebody's been testing this for several months because the Patreon people get in and get advanced access to it. See, it keeps going up into bleed. Every time I want to see what the new little shiny thing that pops up over here, it just goes back to bleed. I know I have bleed on melee, but... Nope. All right. I thought about doing the Patreon thing too, so you can get early access. That's the shield, down shield. But then you're kind of a tester, and I don't feel like messing with it. I want to see the new content early, but... I don't know how much of that you can show on YouTube either, so kind of just walked away from it. This one is not dropping that amulet. That must be a low drop rate. Throw that thing in there. What do I do with these gems? I guess I'm going to throw them off in this tab here. Yeah, Ancient Relics mode looks really cool. That'll be, I'll get, once I get through a little bit of this, get used to this, I'll start that. Because that'll be a fresh start. I was debating on whether I would start a fresh character or not, and if it was just going to be standard hardcore and adventure mode, I probably wouldn't start a new character. But because they've got that new mode in there, I would start a new character. New weapon and armor. I haven't got that far yet. Speaking of... Oh, yeah, see, we have to have logs, which I don't have yet. Dark steel plating, dark steel bars. Can we do? Yeah, the plant grind goes for a little while. When you start a new character out and you're fighting in combat, that plant goes for a minute. The cool thing with plants is you can just turn it off or let the game idle offline and come back in an hour or two and you've gone up several levels. (125% mastery). That's helpful. Oh. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Forgot we can go check masteries out. What do I have here? So this is the best part of having like a full completion account that's just banking tokens and stuff. You can just click on that button right there and then just cycle through until you run out. And click that button to use up the next items or the tokens. And we're pretty much there. And that's it. So those will be easy to cut. Already a mastery level 91. That's something I forget about doing every time. Can we do Yeah. Spend all the way up to, ooh, we can go to 90 on this one. Nope. Don't want to go short. Grand exchange on this game. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they ever want to add anything multiplayer to it. There is, what is that? There's some idle game that's trying that. Not Idle Champions. There's a game that looks identical to this, but with a little different graphics, slightly different graphics. I can't remember what it's called. I checked it out for a little bit, and that one is online, and you can like trade and stuff, but the game seems way basic. Like they have, it didn't even feel as fleshed out as like the original Melvor. When I first started playing Melvor, it was in early access. We didn't have necessarily all the skills that we do today. Like we were short, I don't know, 4 or 5 skills at that point. Because agility and summoning and astrology wasn't in there. I think the rest of this stuff was. But that whatever that other game, Idle Clans, maybe it's Idle Clans. That might be what it's called. I looked at it for a minute and it was kind of eh. I had a hard time with it. But that one's got trading. I don't know how the trading is. I didn't get that far. I don't know if they'd add that to this or not. All right, we did fire making. Let's do cooking. I kind of wish I'd done some of these other ones, but good head start on these at any rate. This one I don't want to drop below because that gets your 10% healing. Let's see, cooking, mining. This one's going to take a while. No, mining will be fine. It's the smithing one will take a while. Oh, there is a mod. Speaking of that, there is a trading mod. Somebody has one, but you have to set up like your own server and you have to give the information to somebody else you're going to trade with. Like it's there. Somebody did it. I can't remember what it's called, but there is a trade mod. I think that came up. Didn't that come up during the modding contest? I know there's one that's out there. All right, that's done. This is the one that sucks. There's always a million items in here. Jesus. Ancient relics and the level 10 skill limit. That is that's going to be a treat. Oh, we can do all the bars real quick. Get those done. Wish there was just a 99 button. That's a nice quality of life right there. Just 99. Give me 99 or 50 or something. All right, better take that. Multiplayer wouldn't be bad. It's just they need to figure out how, if they were going to do multiplayer with this, they would have to do something to make it different. And I don't know what that would be. Like, what would your benefit to multiplayer be? Crafting, I suppose, maybe. Like, you'd have to do something to make it where it's worth somebody's while to go do whatever the multiplayer part is. Well, that's how, like adventure mode, where you have to unlock everything. That ancient relics. I get the name right. That ancient relics mode. That's exactly like how adventure mode works. Like everybody has a different take on it. What skills do you put important? I kind of missed the speed runs that we had for a while too, where they'd come up and say, "Well, you got to go. You know, here's whatever. What do we have? Chaos mode, and I don't know. We had a few different ones." I like those speedrun modes, and I've kind of missed having them because it kind of gave you, you get what, a month or two or something to blast through it. And then everybody was doing something different. I thought those were cool too. Yeah. Well, how do you level summoning? Summoning, you have to make tablets and equip tablets. That's the best way to level it because you run tablets on every other skill. So while you're wood cutting or something like that, if you have tablets on there, that levels it up. We'll get back to the multiplayer here in a second. Ancient Relics seems to be active game. Yeah. So that's how hardcore combat only is it's more active early on. And adventure mode, you get to choose what skill to buy. Adventure Relics, you get random rolls on which skills the level cap goes up on. Ooh, interesting. That's different. Yeah, so with summoning, the way you level up summoning is with every other skill. The only thing you should be doing with summoning is actually creating the tablets. And then once you have the tablets, equip those and then go do whatever else. And make sure you have two tablets that may have the synergies. Once you've got all that in place, you gain XP fairly quickly. I mean, you can work on summoning directly, but it's horribly slow. So multiplayer stuff. There's another game I play called what the hell is that called? It's this Farmers Against Potatoes Idol. That one does have some kind of multiplayer thing that they're advertising it's coming at some point. I don't know what they're doing with that. I don't know how that's going to work. Like, is it a community thing that has to go and attack one big mob or something or a boss or whatever? I don't know, but that looks cool. They keep advertising it, but they haven't came out with it yet. So I don't know what that looks like. But that potato farmers against potatoes is basically the same as this game. You do everything solo, but then they're going to have some kind of multiplayer component that you all have to take down a common boss or something. That's what it looks like. And if you have, so going back to summoning, if you have 120 in all your skills, I'm assuming you're not done with the game yet. You're going to be doing other things like even if you're at 120, if you're working towards completion, all the summoning stuff goes towards that. Like I just finished off the mastery for this, so I don't have to worry about it. But when I was going for completion, even if you have 120 on the skill, as you're trying to get all this mastery stuff done, that still levels up your summoning. So you still do all that in the background. This one, harvest. Nope. Plant that. Ah, I need to get my mods back. Ooh, I got that amulet. All right, we can run from here. Do. Lock that. Perform a normal attack also gives you 10% max hit, 10% summoning max hit, and minus 10. What's the difference between this? Plus 30% chance to preserve summoning charges and 200% summoning max hit. Yeah, that 200% sounds a lot better than 10%. Oh, you know what I should do? I should go to the shop and I should buy an extra bank tab and I should start slamming all the summoning stuff into that. Make it easy to find because this is getting miserable. Trying to remember what the hell's where and what it is. Drop those in there. Drop those in there. And that should be it because I don't think. Yeah. Because I have a feeling with all this barrier stuff, we're going to get a lot more things in here. And that would. I should have just put the gems in here. All right. So I got a free tab. Cool. We've killed all these off and gotten everything. I don't think I care about that because I already got better gear. So back to cartography. You gained 1 barrier gem and 69 eyeballs. Okay, let's see. We're already here. Auto survey. Oh, good point, because wasn't there I feel like there was a synergy. I just reread that comment and just right here. The devil and fox plus 100, like it costs a lot of base quantity summoning tablet, but you get 100% summoning mastery and 100% summoning skill XP. So if you mix that together, you can level that. I don't think that's as good as other stuff though. So like if you were still behind on summoning, 104 summoning is not that far behind. I mean, if you were still behind on summoning, you could go and, like I said, if you're trying to do completion or something like that, or if you still have other combat, because any use of tablets counts. And you know what? I forgot to switch over to here. Any use of tablets counts towards, you have to be able to use the tablets for it to count to summoning. So you can't just throw 2 random tablets on and have it do anything. If you're going to chop wood or wood cutting, you would want to make sure that you had the synergies on here for wood cutting, which is int. So you'd want to pick some of these for wood cutting, and that, as that goes, it's going to level you up. So like, especially if you're doing completion or whatever, you can throw this one on the int and eagle, and that gives you a faster wood cutting interval, but it generates summoning XP while you're doing it. Same thing for combat. If you're in combat and you have 2 tablets on, you're going to generate summoning XP. Let's go see what this Forest of Goo. Well, there it is right there. Forest of Goo is right there. That's cool. So they did put all that in. Nice. So we have a map for the game. Oh, Fox is 115. Yeah. Yeah, agility, any skill. You can do any skill. Auto discovery. It's just a matter of working on it. You know what I mean? As long as you've got 2 tablets, the synergize. Well, I think you get more XP for having 2 tablets versus 1, but I would want to have 2 on there anyway, just for the benefits of it, if nothing else. Or, I mean, even if you're at level 120 for all your other skills, what is something you need to do? Like, do you need to do combat? Do you need to collect up, I don't know, arrows or bolts or something? Because anything that you do will generate summoning XP as long as you've got a synergy set up for it. And well, the synergy, as long as you have 1 tablet on there, with 2 tablets and the proper synergy, you're going to get the benefit for the skill as well as the XP for the summoning part. So you don't want to just put 1, unless you only have 1. But at 104, you should have, at level 104 summoning, you should have access to a lot of different synergies at that point. I suppose, unless you've just started out, but you're 120 everything else. Like, there's so many choices to go to at that point. And at 10, at that point, if you've got 120 in all your skills, 104 in summoning, you should have a pretty good bankroll. You should be able to just buy whatever you want, do whatever you want at that point, and just let it roll. You'll get there. Yeah, owl synergies. Is that the one that speeds things up too? I can't remember owls anymore. They're newer. Oh, yeah. Do I got to run astrology? I do need to run astrology again. The grand debate. Do you level this up? You know what? Let's stop this. Do astrology for a second here. Then we have these. Oh, God, what am I thinking? Mastery pool. Oh, Shit, I didn't want to do that. All right, well, we're leveled up. And do I have an... Oh, yeah, we got plenty of sand. All right, cool. That's what I really wanted to do. Oh, I don't... Oh, mastery. Don't have the mastery for it. So, faster cartography, faster dig site refinement, better XP. Do I care about finding dust? No. Mastery. That's where I want to be. So I can do this. I just can't get 99 yet. Astrology mastery I want to keep. I don't care about finding stardust, so... But that's not going to get me to 99. Yeah, we're far off, so I can't do that. Whatever. Close enough. That gives better cartography. Auto survey. You know... Oh, a guide's going to be a while. We just got this. You're looking at the guide right now. We're going through it and seeing how this plays. This, you know, what's cool though, is this seems a lot more straightforward. Like when they first launched Township, it was such a confusing mess the way it was rolled out. I mean, it was kind of cool the way they did it, but it was so complex. This is simple. You just go click and go from one thing to another. This is pretty cool. I dig this. Much easier to explain. You just click on the tile and let it go. So yeah, we'll have a guide for it at some point, but this is way easier to just get started on. Contest. Yes, they do need another contest. I'd love to see them do more modding contests, actually. Yeah, so when you jump into this, there's so many things to do. Oh yeah, I got sidetracked. We did this one. I did smithing. Is there thieving? Nothing in thieving. Fletching. We got some stuff in fletching. All right. We can do a little bit here, but not a whole lot. Is there something I want more than anything else? No. Well, another thing I'd like to see them do is give us a reason to use arrows. Like there's no reason to use arrows over crossbow bolts. And you can start with crossbows pretty much at level 1. So it kind of sucks. Yeah, we'll start a new character on the, whatever that relic mode, ancient relic mode. I'm going to start a new character there. But I want to play through this first, get this going. And this is my completion account, so everything's pretty much done. I just need to do what they've added. Oh, God. Crafting. Ugh. Nice, we can craft basic bags? No shit. Oh, but you got to have these ancient woven bags. Okay. That sucks. So, how many people got stuck on the thieving grind where you had to go steal basic bags? And when you're doing completion or, you know, full mastery, all the mastery stuff, that sucks. Can I craft any of this stuff yet? They did add some rings. What did they add? Ring of Barrier Touch. Let me guess it's going to take some special? Oh, yeah, it is over here. Oh, that's what those are for. Okay. So the cool thing about starting now, like when you played the base game before, you had just the base game items. Then when they added the Throne of the Herald expansion, you had a lot more stuff, a lot more to do, and a lot more bonuses, especially with Township and stuff. A lot of the things that they've added have XP boosts and everything, and now you've got this. So starting fresh character now with both expansions is great because you've got access to a lot of different XP stuff. Those bags sucked ass. Crafting in general is rough, like super rough to mastery. It's blows. I hated that. That's the worst grind in this game, I think, because that's the most painful. Fire making used to be, and I'm not sure if I'm fire making versus. I still think this is worse. Oh, we can chop logs and get this stuff too. You know what? Oh, we can't. Ritual site in cartography. Okay. Well, I guess we got to go find a ritual site. The only downside to this being set is everybody's going to know what the map looks like, and they're going to say, well, you go over here to get this particular thing. That's kind of the only thing that sucks, but it is what it is. Oh, God. This crafting mastery stuff, that I hated that. God, I hated that. There's so many items. And it's not the fact that there's so many items, it's because these are expensive items. Like all this elderwood and stuff, this took forever just to collect everything up. God, I hated that grind. I mean, fire making, you can at least go get wood cutting and stuff, fill that up. Jesus, that grind sucked. All right, we did this. We didn't do rune crafting. I should be able to knock a bunch of these out. Oh yeah, this is done. Yep. That was fast. It's a good thing to collect up. That's the cool thing about having just a regular standard account with tons of bank space. You can just store shit for ages and just finish all this off, keep all those mastery tokens, and away you go. There's new agility. Yeah, we'll get the. I keep missing them in agility. You know, I used to think crafting was the worst skill in the game, and for a while it was. It was horrible. The rings sucked. The amulets sucked. Like it just wasn't that great. But they did a big. Once they added all the bags and stuff to it, like that got really good. Barrier ignition potion. So did they add anything on the skilling side? So early on, if you can get agility and astrology up to like 120 early on, they're a slog. This is where you get into theory crafting because you get as you play the game more, you get access to more things. Like if you grind out astrology all the way out to 120 and all the masteries, like from the very beginning, you won't have access to the ancient ring of skills, which gives you an XP boost. You won't have access to, if you get fire making up, you won't get that, which gives you an XP boost. So there's a lot of, it depends on what you want to do. Astrology is a great skill because it gives you a lot of little bonuses for everything. Like if you look at what astrology does and go back here, you know, you've got stuff for wood cutting and farming and all the different skills. Like every different skill has a bonus. If you look at this, you're getting defense skill XP bonus plus 8%. That's great for all that stuff. But you have to grind out something first. So it depends on what you want to do. Like you could start in fishing and get some of those rings and stuff that give you more XP and go that route. And that all kind of helps out. But you have to start somewhere. And when you start from zero, it takes a while. We already did the mastery. But astrology is good to get high level. Agility is good to get high level. Because those feed into all the other skills. The problem with agility is it costs a lot of money. Agility is expensive because you have to keep unlocking stuff. Oh, we didn't do the mastery here. Ooh, I don't want to spend the money. We got 2, 4, and 9. to... Am I... Oh, it's right here. River crossing. So it speeds up surveying, speeds up refining, and gives you a little more skill XP. Paper. We need paper. Yeah, we're going to start a new series. The ancient relics or whatever that mode's called, I'll be doing that. I'm definitely doing that. I didn't realize they added a new game mode, so I will be doing that. I want to play this first, get an idea how it goes, and then see where to go from there. Didn't they have I think they had a screenshot of what the world looked like. So they've had an idea of what the world was going to be for a while. I want to go woodcut. No, I can't. Shit. We can't get that until we find the other thing. I wanted something from agility. Oh, it's because I wanted to build this thing here, but I need paper. How do I make paper? Is that going to be from fletching, maybe? Or crafting? Crafting, probably crafting. Nope. Yeah, I didn't realize they were coming up with a new game mode. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with this. Like, I didn't want to just start playing another normal character, another standard, or another hardcore or something like that, because I've already done that. But they've added a whole new game mode, so I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. I was just going to look at the expansion itself, but I didn't realize they added that other... We can't do wood cutting. I don't know where we get paper from. Would have expected crafting. Maybe we have to find it. It's not a combat drop, is it? We didn't get it there. This is all going to be combat stuff. Leeching bolt sounds cool. That's going to be... So what the Ancient Relics game mode, what that'll be is another stream someday. I'll actually... And that's what I was wanting to get into streaming for, is because then I could start that game mode, and then instead of having to try to remember I did this and I did that from this level to that level, I can just... Here's what I'm doing. I think that'd be way better to do. Paper comes from cartography? Or is it archaeology? I guess we wouldn't get it from here, would we? It's an art. Well, they... We'll find it. Oh, I see. So this even gives XP. Well, that is slow. But if we do... Oh, hell, we get 13 for that. There we go. Nice. Good call on creating that here. You know, we looked at this earlier and I didn't even think about... I think I saw it and I thought we needed to have paper. I didn't realize you could produce paper here. Guess we better look at this then. So you create paper here. Okay, that makes sense. Then you do the dig site map creation over here. So what I'm seeing is that you basically want to go create this because this is going to upgrade your chance. Upgrades until next tier. So we have to do a lot of upgrading. Okay. Create more paper. I bought a few things for archaeology. God, I hate this. I need to get my quality of life mods back in here. I turned them off so I could see what was going on, and now I regret it. Nope, not you. Where's the modding button? Uncheck that. Let's get that back. I've got an auto farming mod in there. I started one of those game modes earlier just to check it out and see what it was. All right, so we got paper. That is a consumable. Let's toss you in there. Oh, shop stuff. Yes, I bought everything I could at the moment. From now I need to get... Oh, I can buy that. I gotta remember to keep coming back into here and checking for stuff. Nothing else to buy yet. Nope. What are we doing? Making paper. Which I should be putting on. Put that on. I don't care. Well, I don't have my suit thing on. Quick hotkey. So now I've lost it. What the hell did I do with it? Is that in my skilling section? Yep. There we go. Why did I want paper? Because I wanted to go... Jesus, I got lost already. Was it crafting? What was I trying to make? Why did we want paper? Agility. That's why. Right here. So that'll go faster. Let's see. What do we need? 2, 4. Obstacle 4. So we're going to have 12 large stones. Yeah, they added a ton of new township tasks. I completed a few of them earlier. Looks like I got another one ready to go. They added a bunch for the Atlas of Discovery, but they also added some extra ones. Like we had, what, 20 in there before? They've added 2 to each one of these. So there's even some extra ones. So if I go buy a few more mirrored shields, I can get some more eyeballs out of it. Not really worth the trade, but I did have all these completed at one point. I still need to do more of these casual tasks. Some of these were hilarious. But I wasn't really working on that stuff at that point. Let's see. We need to go back to auto survey. Dig site map refinement. Dig site map creation. Used to determine the chance. How do we make that go smaller? Is that on this screen or this screen? What's up, Sandstrom? Shiny new day and shiny new expansion. If you haven't had a chance to look at this thing yet, this is pretty cool. There's a lot of neat stuff in here. A lot of neat stuff. Where did I leave off? Agility. Can't add to that anymore. Astrology, which we already did that one earlier. And then cartography. There's no mastery. There is mastery here, but... Disable music. Is there music in the game? Oh, the music skill. Took me a second to catch up there. I was thinking they didn't put music in here, did they? I know there's like an audio player or something. Yeah, I'm with you. It's been a while. I haven't played this in a minute. Let's see. Yeah, the modding people need to catch up. So far, out of the mods that I use, like, one of these two was already at the level it needed to be, and then the other one popped in, but these other skills haven't updated yet. Like whoever runs them needs to update them. What was the farming one that I had? Oh, the farming one was one of these semi ones, wasn't it? I think I need to add that. Auto farming. That's the one I want. I don't know if I care about doing the auto mastery and stuff like that. I'll just leave it at that. The farming one was really handy to have. So one of the things that just bugs the hell out of me is the blinking farming light. So when it comes up and says that it's trying to do stuff, auto farm, yes. What did I have this? Just replant, I think. Yeah, there is a repair mod for the town. You know what? Let's do... No. Why would you do highest... Am I reading that right? Oh, just replant. Is that on or off? And just do replant. Whatever. It's fine. We'll switch this to this. I don't have any other stuff yet. There is a mod for auto township repair. That is this mod right here, semi-auto township. That's what this one's for. Automatically heals and repairs township, and you don't have to dick with it. Done. Problem solved. I can't remember what else it does, but that basically handles all that. No, I haven't tried the new game mode, but here's repair all. I have not tried the new game. Well, I started one just to check it out and look at it, and it looks really cool. I've been focused on this because I wanted to try to see what impact the new game mode's going to have. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm getting into. I'd kind of want to just enjoy the expansion for a minute before I go into a game mode. So I'm going to play this for a while. I don't know how far I'll try to get halfway through the expansion or something, and then I'll start a new game mode. That'll be a whole new series. I'll probably do a live stream for the first part of that so that, do a nice stream for it instead of having to try to do a 10-minute video about what I did for 5 hours. And I don't want to do necessarily a 5-hour stream, but I think doing like the first couple hours of that as a stream would be cool because there's a lot of things to do. And then at some point I'm assuming it'll settle down. Like if you do hardcore or adventure mode or whatever, the coolest things are in that first couple hours. And then it kind of tapers off once you're able to idle it for a while. And then you come back and do another big burst of changes. So that's what I'm planning on doing is just, checking this out. And then when I start the new game mode, I'll do a stream for that. And then we'll go from there. The expansion's worth it though. This is a very cool expansion. I like this a lot. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this. And if this map mode is able to be modded into the game and do things with it, I can't wait to see what modders do, because that'd be having an interactive map for whatever would be awesome. I think that'd be nice. I imagine the dungeon combat would not be stream until complete expansion. This is an idle game, yo. There's going to be a lot of downtime in here at some point. It moves fast for a little while, but then it slows down. I think we've pretty well poked and prodded this expansion fairly far. Like there's stuff in wood cutting, fishing, fire making had some new stuff. Cooking has new stuff. A couple new fish a few new fish in there. Mining's got some new stuff, which, you know what? Let me grab a little bit of ore, grab a little bit of that. I can't do wood cutting yet. We can't do... Is the fishing available? I'm assuming fishing's going to be like fishing areas that you have to find. Cooking, probably can't do anything with. Smithing, can we do bars yet? Is there aeronite ore? Am I missing something here? So you can't mine that ore. So you're going to have to, or you're going to have to go find that ore somewhere. Yeah. I'll bring up farm against potatoes here in a second. That game's addicting as hell too. Get sidetracked on that. Is there anything else we can craft real quick here? No, because I need unholy logs. All right, go back to cartography. And you can go auto survey, go back to the bank. This stuff needs to get locked and thrown in here. Yeah, I think you do. I think you have to find some more stuff, like it looks like, because I can't, like the fishing areas, the fish are not available. So I'm assuming I have to find the fishing areas. For mining, there is, oh no. You know what? They didn't show up in here, did they? There's crystal, there's pure crystal. Unless it like gets added on, they did not show up. Where the hell did I see that? That was over in smithing. So either you have to find them and unlock them first, or they come from somewhere else. All right, let's look at farmers against potatoes. We got a minute here. I never did do another update on this. I did a review for this, but I never did an update on it. This game just keeps getting better as it goes. So that's where I'm at. Have I checked this today? I don't even think I've checked this today. If you have never played this game before, this is basically another Melvor Idol kind of game in some respects. So instead of, but it's a little different, a little more, I don't want to say active. It's kind of not active, but you just sit here and your guy fights these potatoes all day long, but you like collect gear and there's just a million things to this game. This one's hard to explain too, because there's so much to it. Allocate some points here. Let's see here. Oh, farming. Yeah, farming over here is kind of interesting. It is definitely more active. Definitely a lot more active. Somebody's going to tune in here and ask if this is the expansion for Melvor. Oh, can't go there. Oh, I need billions. Let's see. Not able to level any of that up. Oh, the farming stuff. Yeah, I'm way behind on the farming stuff. See if we can get that leveled up. Here, what we got going on over here? Find anything good? Oh, we're moved over here. Can I travel while that's still searching? No, I can't. So that has to survey. Oh, the talent tree. Yeah, I haven't got that far. Yeah, whatever the hell that thing's called. There's so many damn buttons along the bottom here. I always get confused on which one's which. And they have different loadouts for this, but I haven't ever figured out why I'd want to use a different loadout, so I haven't cared. I just been trying to plot towards everything. How old is this? Let's see. Add. This, if you've never played this game, it's just another number go up game is pretty much all it is. Actually, we can do 1 million and dump the rest into that. Go buy some cows. You're hearing cows in the background there. Got anything else new? So I noticed this is just chugging around. Oh, because it's going around where I'm at. That's a cave. I wonder if that is going to be... That cave looks familiar. Is that the strange cave, maybe? Or is that cove? That's cave. I thought there was something in here that was a cove. Yeah, back to potatoes. Let's see. We're doing one at a time on these. Nope, back up. Just dump all that into there. Let's see here. I need to... I'll just re-roll that. You know, the crazy thing is how deep Farmers Against Potatoes is. It's like Melvor. It's such a simple game, but once you get into it, it's like super deep. Like just ridiculously deep for no reason. All these are just slightly better than the other. Good God. Check that, check that. Trying to get, for this one, I'm trying to get my, whatever this is called, reincarnation going. I gotta check these. There's like a million things to check. Let's see. I'll pick that later. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. And that is Farmers Against Potatoes Idle. That's a fun little game. You go in and check that, and it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes you spend on it, and then you're off doing something else. Farmers Against Potatoes Idle is like, so when you start having multiple idle games running, things get kind of crazy. That's not that big a game. You know, Sandstrom there was the one that told me to try this game out, and I looked at it and I was like, this is just dumb enough to, that it looks awesome. You know, farmer skewering potatoes. It looks hilarious. And then I started playing it, and the game is kind of deep for what it is. And the more you play, the worse it gets. Like, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And you're like, what the hell am I getting into? But it's pretty, oh yeah, don't die to plants, man. Don't die to plants. While we're in this game, whoever was asking about multiplayer Melvor Idle, this was the game I was talking about. There's a multiplayer event coming soon. I don't know what this event is. This is all you get for the event, but they're going to do something. So it must be like some community thing that you have to kill off something, whatever, however they're going to do it. But I think that looks really cool. I'm interested to see how they implement that in that game, because that game plays a lot like Melvor does. The combat is not the same. Like, the combat just goes, and you will die in there. The game is about dying, because you do die at some point. They have like daily challenges where you're expected to die so many times, stuff like that. But yeah, you got to fight potatoes and farmers in Melvor Idle also. I know the multiplayer thing seems like it's never coming, because it's been there since I've started playing it. And they've added farming, they've added a bunch of other stuff, and it's like the whole multiplayer thing's just not there. The thing I like about Farmers Against Potatoes is it gives you a clear thing to purchase. Like there's an option for whatever, it gives you a couple of boosts or something. And it's like $10 or $20. Like it's a clear thing to purchase. Like Melvor Idol, you've got something clear. I played Idol Champions for a while, but there's all just skins and stuff. Like there's not a clear buy this to support us, a supporter pack or whatever. It's like just random stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what to. I ended up picking up the, what did I get? The Hero Pass or whatever the hell it is last time. I didn't buy it this time. But Idle Champion seems cool. Oh, you played Idle Champions too? Yeah. We're not going to talk about how much I've spent on some of these games. Like, with Idle Champions, I wasn't sure what to buy. Like, there's just all these different skins and stuff, which is fine. I don't really care. I just wanted something that, like, I don't know. Like with Farmers Against Potatoes, you buy a couple of the tokens for skills or whatever, and that's what they get. It's like a, I don't want to say tangible, but it's something that was more meaningful. Like with Melvor, you're buying the expansion. You get the whole expansion. You know what you're getting. With other stuff, it's like all skins and stuff. Oh, you got a starter pack in potato? I did like the $20 one. I didn't do the big expensive one. Oh, you bought the souls. I got you. I got you. All right. I'm with you. I forgot about that soul shop. Yeah, that thing's it sucks you in because you get all the potions and stuff from it. You can buy potions out of it. You can buy all those early skills. I just slowly ground all that shit out. It took forever to get. Yeah. Whatever. It all goes to support a good developer. I haven't really messed around with the soul stuff. I just get them very slowly. I bought that $20 pack and that was it. I don't know how many hours I have into that game. Uh, Farmers Against Potatoes. I have 160 hours. I have 160 hours in that game. And you literally open it up for, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes at a time. So I've checked it a lot over time. All right, I'm going to go take a bathroom break. I will be right back. Oh, and the best part of having a standing desk is being able to stand. Get off my ass for a little bit. Oh, have I played Orb of Creation? No, I have not. I checked out a whole bunch of idle games for a little bit, but the problem with idle games is they don't stack very well, and once you've got 2 or 3 or 5 of them, it just gets to be overwhelming. 1,500 hours in that game. Yeah, so the interesting thing about Farmers Against Potatoes is you can play that game. There's like a little mini game that you can play in there, and you get little, I don't want to say boost, but you gain currency and stuff like that from playing that mini game. So it's kind of encourages you to play the mini game. I'm lazy and I don't want to sit there and play it. I've played the little bit here and there, but what I like about these idle games is you can just kind of turn them on and walk away, and you don't have to go look at anything. You just come back in an hour or 10 hours or whatever, and you see what progress it's made. That's what I really like about these idle games. But when they start making me want to have to play, is Orb of Creation. Active incremental game. It's got overwhelmingly positive on it. It looks good. Yeah, the whack score, whatever the hell that's called. Yeah, that whack-a-mole. Is it whack-a-mole or something like that? Whack-a-potato, whatever the hell they call that. Yeah, that game's fun for like 5 minutes, and then you kind of get bored with it, and it's like, all right, I gotta move on and do something else, and then you go do something else. So that's why I don't have 1,500 hours in that game. And like for Melvor, I've got like 2,000 hours. I've played Melvor way more than what, open that up again. How much do I have in Melvor? It says I got 2,500 hours in Melvor. And the only reason I have 2,500 hours on Steam in there is because we had to do, back before combat was offline, when you couldn't do offline combat, I used to just let it sit on my laptop all day and let it run on combat for a while, and then close it out and do something else, turn the laptop off and go chop trees or something. Yeah, there's something to be said for manual whacking. I'm sure there's an idle game for that too. Probably is. I did give, what's the cookie clicker? I did give cookie clicker a try. The problem with that is you have to leave it on all the time. I wished it had offline progress. I love offline progress. I love being able to come back and see what it's done. That's one of the big selling points that Melvor has. And Farmers Against Potatoes and Idle Champions, if it can go offline, it's great. I'm going to guess that they called that Fappy knowing full well, because there's some wordage in there that looks, how you say suspect, but it's just kind of close enough to where it's not. Yeah. I think I've got like 400 hours into RuneScape. What do I have under that? RS3 is only 400 hours. So my most played game is Melvor Idle. It's moved into that. What's in my... Oh, there was... I can't remember how to get to that. Was that in completion? What the hell was that? Yeah, so Melvor Idle's definitely my most played at 2,500 hours. Everything else, like Hunt Showdown's only 1,000. RuneScape's only 400. I played the hell out of Elite Dangerous, and that's only 345. Path of Exile slowly crept up to 200, or quickly crept up. Like it's blasted off. Sometimes I like Steam to see how, I like looking at how long I've played some of these games, and then other times I don't. Then I realize how much time I've spent playing some of these games. Dog's up wandering around. What you want, puppy? Okay. $40,770. You probably left it going on combat for a long time too. Before we had offline combat, I know I honestly don't know how many hours I've put into Melvor, because you sit on your phone and check it 2-3 times an hour or something like that or whatever, and you're checking it constantly. Like I bet I've got probably easily that. And technically, I have like 2.5 years on Melvor because I didn't stop playing for 2.5 years. And that's multiple characters, but that, you can't count the offline stuff either. I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of Melvor. Hell, I was counting it up between all the different speed runs and everything we've had. I've probably had 10 or 12 different characters so far. Definitely had a lot. Oh, Jesus, this thing's still going? That cave. Yeah, I'm just down to this one character. I don't think it's, oh, ooh, ouch. Yeah, because that's a mod for one skill at a time, isn't it? That's the one down. I love modding. I love that people can change things in games and do all that. But then you're so reliant on them keeping up with whatever the game has done. So if they make that mod and never update it, you're kind of screwed. Nah, it's fine. It doesn't matter how much time you've got. You've got a long road ahead of you. That's all. There's a lot of cool stuff in Melvor. And they've just added more cool stuff on top of it. What you want, puppy? What's up? Heflin? Totally butchering that. Totally butchering that. You know what also helps with mastery is once you've got full completion and you get this thing that gives you, does it show up anywhere? Oh, because I don't have full completion anymore. Shit. So when you get like the full completion cape, it gives you that 120, which doesn't help unless you have full completion, I guess, which you've already got there, but that 125%. Mastery. So you've got skilling. Skilling allows you to unlock a new item. And then you've got mastery, which if you go down and click on this little trophy button down here, what's up? Shanghai. Probably butchered that one too, but what's up out there? So if you go down, the mastery pool is a little bit complicated. So there's this bar up here. This is the mastery pool for all of these. So this bar up here affects everything on this list. So this one has, where's it show it at? Checkpoints, I guess. So if you come up here, when you've got this bar filled up at 10%, you're going to get 5% additional woodcutting mastery XP. So that means that this bar fills up faster once you've got this up at 10%. You're going to get a little boost to it. Once you get it at 25%, it's going to give you a chance to double logs per action. And then this one, all your once you get the bar up to 50%, all logs sell at plus 50% gold value. And then once you've got it up at 95%, when you receive a bird's nest, you always get 2. Now there is a quest or something in Township where you need to go collect up a bunch of bird's nests. And having this at 95% mastery means that you're always going to collect 2, which makes it go quicker. So you want this to stay at 95% mastery. However, you can spend that mastery points on the different items. And what each one of these trees does is down here on this little trophy. If you click on the trophy, for wood cutting, every 10 levels provides a 5% chance to receive 2 logs per action. And then once you've reached full mastery for this tree, you've decreased the cut interval for that tree. So each one of these trees has their own. Now these are all at 99 mastery, so I don't have to worry about that. But these are lesser. So if I go over here, these are at 94. So the tree cutting interval is not going to be reduced for these 2. That's kind of how mastery works for all these different ones. And each different skill you have has something different. So this mastery pool has the same mastery XP here, but at 25%, you receive no more junk. So you get more fish. And then you get a chance to double fish at 50%. You get a little special item stuff here, but then each different fish offers something different here. Like if I catch up to mastery level 65 shrimp, I would no longer you junk for shrimp. And there's like with cooking for the main bar up here, the reason you want this one to stay at 95% or above, you don't want to dip this one down because all food heals for plus 10%. So for that mastery bar, you want to keep that because all food heals for more than 10%. So there's a lot to, and there is, I'm kind of jumping around here, but like on this one, I wouldn't necessarily care if I drop below 95% because I've already done everything I need with bird's nests. So I could actually drop this one down if I go here and level that up. It took a huge chunk of mastery away, which this bar won't go away. That took a huge chunk of mastery away, but it leveled that up 10%. Or it leveled that up to 99 mastery. Now if I sell logs, I'm not getting the extra money I would have. I'm not going to get the extra bird's nest. But as you chop trees and build the mastery bar back up, you'll get there. And correct. So once your mastery bar fills up completely, you just lose mastery. Now you do get mastery coins, which I think I've already burned all mine up. Where did I have those dropping in at? Was it in here? I don't remember. I think I've already used them all up, so I can't show you one. But you can actually save your mastery coins too and then reapply them. There are mods that will actually spend your mastery pool down to 95% on stuff that needs it. And there are mods that will go ahead and apply the coins on. And maybe it's the same mod, I can't remember, but there's definitely mods to go through it. And yeah, so like what I would do when I was working, there's different tactics you can do. You can put the mod on and let the mod just run and it does its job. But back before we had modding, what I would do is I would get to say 95, 100% mastery, especially like on farming. I would get the mastery above 95, well, especially with farming. Farming's a perfect example. Well, farming's a great example for it. So when you have 95% mastery, you get reduced crop grow time by 10%. So you don't want to dip below that, but that is when the crop is planted. So if you plant everything and then apply your mastery pool below 95%, the next time you go collect that harvest, it'll raise you above 95%. And then it's just kind of like a little push-pull chain. So as long as you plant while you're at 95%, you get that bonus. And then you can go below the bonus and then bring it back up. I didn't use the overflow one. I think I used the semi one. And modless is fine. There's nothing wrong with playing without mods. In fact, if you wanted to see these mods here, aside from this semi mod and this semi auto farming, pretty much most of these, like item uses, quick shards, these are just quality of life. Like, I don't really mod mine to do anything that really affects the gameplay so much. The semi mods I really like. They do some really nice quality of life stuff. A little bit further into the automating things, but I would definitely play without mods for a while. You know, the quick shards mod, like the astrology mod. So the mod I have for this puts, like, you see how this has got the little shiny stuff on it and this one doesn't. And it's also got the little stars down here. That's all that mod does. That I think should be in the base game. That's something they should have in there. You shouldn't have to mod for it. What it does is it shows you what stars you have left. So I don't have this star completed. It's got a lock symbol. So I know that. And I know this one isn't completed. So as you're scrolling through here, and instead of having to click into explore and go back and explore and go back, you can actually just look at it and visually see, oh, I don't have that star. I got to go figure that one out or get that one done. So that one, I love that. That's that quality of life. The summoning shard one. So if you're going to go in here and create shards, tablets or whatever, instead of having to pull out your calculator and figure all this out, and I need, we go down here to the devil ones. This takes 3 different shards. If I'm missing some, like I don't have any of these silver ones, so I can just click buy 2000 and it fills that up for me. I don't have to calculate out, this uses 6, 4, and 2. I don't have to make a calculation for that. I can just click the buy button. It fills in what's left. So that's what I use, is just basic quality of life mods. I don't really like mods that deeply affect things. For instance, a lot of people hate having to purchase obstacles. So there's a mod that just goes around the obstacle purchase cost. I'm not going to use that mod. I don't really care for it. I think part of the strategy of the game is to, pick what you want to open up or, especially in hardcore, because switching these obstacles costs something. And if you don't have that cost, you have to go out of your way to get it. So in hardcore, you're limited on bank space and stuff like that. So for me, this is more of a gameplay choice. And other people, they don't want to pay the cost of agility. So there's a mod for that. They can just skip it. The ETA mod, is that the one that tells you how, like if you're smithing something, it tells you how long you've got till you run out of something? I know there's a mod for that. I don't use that. I just look at it and think, well, I got enough or I don't have enough. Crystal gear. Ooh. Can we make refined crystals? Base game removed the item cost after 10 buys. Did they? That's cool. Yeah, I don't have that. I bought something. There was something I could buy. I bought that. I think it was over here. And I bought some upgrades. I still can't buy this because I don't have Statues of Prosperity yet. I can't buy any of this stuff. So they went ahead and put that in here. So you have to stare at it. That's awesome. That wasn't like that a minute ago, was it? Or did I kick on a mod that showed something like that? I did buy some kind of upgrade. I don't know what the hell I bought. I don't know if you can tell or not. I don't know. I bought something. Ooh, yep, sweet. Nice for pointing that out. What do we got? Nothing cool yet. Man, this is taking forever to get this one done. Didn't somebody say these go up to like level 4 or something? Does it say? Oh, survey level 3 of 5. We're going to be here a while. Okay. So it does say. Did these all move up to 26? Guess they did. But yeah, the whole mastery thing, that's like, and then you get mastery tokens as you go, and you can spend those and fill up your mastery bar even further. So that's what I did. I came through here when the expansion hit. I had a bunch of mastery tokens sitting there, so I went in and spent them all. That's why this crystal stuff's up to 90 and this one's up to 82, because I had a bunch of extra. And I have not dipped below. Do I want to dip below on this one? No, because this one gives you plus 10 max HP on the node. So on the cartography, right now it's on auto survey. It should be on auto survey, right? Or did it move on me? So if you set it to just survey, you'll notice that a bunch of things just went away. If you go click auto survey, it puts up these little telescope things with a number on it. So that number is what it's going to survey. So it will go from here over to number 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then if I move, the other thing we found out is that you actually have to relocate before it shows up your radius. So like if right now I can only see these tiles here. If I move all the way over to here, now it shows a whole nother chunk of the island or the map, and I can go start browsing through this stuff. I cannot, can I survey this? Let's just survey. Is this going to be a quick and easy one? Nope. I can't survey that. I think you have to survey the adjacent ones. So you have to at least travel through there. But you can't actually start on archaeology until you've found your first area. So you have to do something in archaeology or in cartography to start archaeology. And what the hell did we figure out with that? So when you go here, this was the one we got. This is the iconic cave. No. I take that back. Where did we go? How did we get that? Was that here? No, that's, well, there's the forest of goo. Where did we open that up at? Oh, the old village. That's what it was. That's this. Okay. So this old village unlocked. That is this archaeology area here. So then they give you a map, but if you want more maps, you have to go up and create this dig site thing, and then you have to create paper. We found out this is where you create paper, and then you go over to the dig site map creation and create the map, and then there's some kind of refinement, which I haven't tinkered with yet. But it looks like you're going to have to keep creating maps in order to keep doing archaeology stuff. It's quick and easy. It's not that bad. It's not the, let's go this route. It's not the way Township was when it launched. The way Township was when it launched was super complicated. This is like fairly easy. Are we ready to discover this? What's interesting is they not only added archaeology, but they added cartography and tied the two together very well. I wonder if when they did that modding contest and they saw those archaeology entries, I wonder if they were like, shit, ours is right here. Because you know they were working on it while that contest was going on. I wonder if they were thinking, you know, is anybody going to unlock cartography or something too? Or sailing or whatever old school's added now. What I'm actually kind of surprised with is that they didn't incorporate more. I kind of half expected them to pull in like the music mod or something. You know what I mean? Like I kind of expected them to pull a couple of those in and oh, that's a great idea. Let's incorporate those into the core game or something. I kind of thought they would go that route. Because the music one had some interesting stuff. Yeah, I don't know what you do for the Like, would you just change the name to, I don't know, Archaeology 101 or something? I'm not sure. And it was kind of cool how I liked how the two different archaeology mods were. One was up here under the passive stuff, and one was an actual skill. I thought that was pretty cool too. I kind of wish we had a few more passive things up there, like the Golden Raid or something. I don't think they're ever going to finish that Golden Raid though. There is mastery bonus. Oh, right. Okay. So this one works differently. So as you unlock the hexes, you get little bonuses here. This makes more sense. I think we looked at this very early on and I didn't catch on to it. So as you unlock them, they give you bank slots. This will be great for hardcore. Math is horrible. 50, 60. That's 90 tokens right there if my math is right. Oh, look at that. Minus 3% interval for all non-combat skills and minus 3% attack interval. That's not like a huge difference, but that's enough to make a difference right there. Cartography might be a good skill to start with. Like on a new character. Where's this unlocked? This is 45. So you'd have to get 45, at least agility to get this thing unlocked. That's interesting. So yeah, that's as far as we've got. I think somebody said that when you start off, you might be at a different place on the map and you might have to go somewhere different. It doesn't look like the map's jumbled up because the pieces kind of fit together. So it looks like everybody's got the same map. We probably start in little different areas. So close to, you're probably looking at going this way for that first dungeon. Oh God. So it's literally one, you can't do farming with other skills. It's just farming by itself. You can't do farming passively on a one skill at a time. That'd be brutal. God. I don't know how I'd play a one skill at a time, but that sounds rough. Oh. I was going to say, if you couldn't do anything else but farming it, ooh, that's a lot of collecting stuff to then do farming later. Ooh. That's not a hardcore though. For combat, like it's just one skill at a time, right? Like you can die, it won't matter. Oh, nice. We're getting 91 XP. Ooh, can we travel there? Yeah. Notice the travel costs are getting pretty expensive too. Oh. Ow. Yeah. Let's see what, nope, nope, stop, survey, just do that. So all these question marks are some point of interest you want to go look at. You know, when I remember when I first started playing this game, like you go into the chicken coop and you fight Mama Chicken, and she goes and beats the shit out of you, and you just, oh, I can take a dungeon, and the dungeon's not that bad until you get to her, and she just stomps on you. So do they? Well, I guess alt magic is magic. They don't penalize you for using alt magic in the. That's probably not a bad strategy. I don't know what I'd start with. Maybe defense. If I was to go melee, I would probably start with defense because then you get defense, hit points, and. But that's a lot of killing plants. It's like a beach, or is this going to be something useful? Yeah, so we're talking about one skill at a time. The relic mode's a totally different game mode. That's a whole other set of strategies right there. One skill at a time means you're working on one skill all the way up to 120, and then you pick another skill. Like it's a yeah, good point. The only thing you don't get is the defense raised, but depends on what gear you're getting too, because there is some gear that you have to have a defense level to equip, even though it's magic. I can't remember what the hell it was, but so there. That's the other thing that's really interesting about this game is that there's so many different ways of playing it. Like people do the one skill at a time challenge or the hardcore combat only challenge where you don't get any of these non-combat skills at all. You're just limited to this stuff. And somebody's made a mod for both of those. Yeah, I guess defense isn't that important. I was thinking it's avoiding damage. Lowering creatures' chance to hit. Oh, this is another level 5. Yeah, alt magic is not a bad way to go. Alt magic levels up magic fairly well. You don't have to have any gear for it either. Stop surveying that. That's going to take a while. Go over here and survey that. And that too. Yeah, but hit points builds up with almost everything. Hit points builds up whether you're doing ranged, magic, or melee. So it'll come up. Or does that get... How does that work? Do they lock that one too? I'm not sure about the runes from the start. Oh, oh, Jesus, boy, that's a limit. Oh God, that would suck because you can't raise hit point. Like hit points, you can't do first in any way, shape, or form because you have to have some kind of combat style to do it. Unless you're just constantly attacking level one stuff with whatever combat style they give you. That blows. Runes. If you're going to do one skill at a time, you would want to do something like mining and then rune crafting and then magic or something like that, because that would let you build up the pile of whatever you needed. Because once you've got the skill unlocked, you can you use that in one skill at a time? Like if you have something, like if you start with wood cutting and then you decide you're going to do fire making next and you run out of logs, can you go back and use wood cutting, or is that limited somehow? I haven't done one skill at a time, so I'm not sure. There's a lot of limitations to it. I know that. Oh, that makes it a little easier. I wonder if you can. I wonder how hard it is if you box yourself into a corner. How does that work? Man, farming is awful. And like if you're doing adventure mode, starting off with thieving is not a bad idea because thieving has stuff that feeds into everything else. Like you can get a lot of things off of thieving for money. Now I don't know how that works in one skill at a time, but you can get like these guys drop logs and bars. These guys drop fish. So you can get stuff that feeds into all these other skills and herbs for herb lore and all that. That's what I used with adventure mode. Is I went into deep on thieving early on. I don't know how one skill at a time is though. Farming still takes forever though. It goes quick because it's going constantly. It's always going no matter what you're doing. Yeah, true. Yeah, but you can get fairly far on 100 thieving. Oh, you can't close that down. 100 thieving gets you at least into chef. You can even get to the fisherman. But you're only going for the 120. Oh yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. As long as you're under the hit cap, you know, you wouldn't go up against Bob the farmer, but that's a long slog to get all the way down to here, running marauders and merchants all day long. Maybe chef, because you can get up into chef. He hits hard, but he hits under that 100 hit point cap. What's he got for XP? 41. This has got 61. So you could at least get down to here. If you started off with a combat skill and had any gear that got damage reduction, which yeah, I'm curious how many mods are broken now and how long it's going to take to get those fixed. That's the other reason why I didn't want to get started into too much modding. Like I was started off on the conquest mod. I checked it out for a brief moment, but I kind of wanted to take a break from the game at that point. But then when you come in here, this might break the conquest mod, and then you've just kind of borked your character. I don't know how that works. That's the only downside. Oh, summoning may not be too bad though, because you can use the tablets doing other things. And Oh God, summoning. You would almost want to. You would almost want to work summoning to where you could use these because these have a level. I can't remember. You can't get some of these until you've got the level for them, right? Well, but what I was thinking is like you can't do summoning. Jesus, summoning you would have to wait for a while. You'd have to make sure you had wood cutting. Like you could do magic, but this is like the very basic one. Like you'd have from level 1 you can get the int. Like if you don't have any of the melee stuff, you get the int. Am I missing? Oh yeah, down here. Yeah. So you'd have to get up to at least level 5 to be able to do magic and mining. Yeah, but you'll have to woodcut for something, I would assume, at some point. Like that's, well, I don't know. Like if you're doing fletching and all that stuff, you're going to need all the logs and stuff for all that. That's an interesting quandary because, yeah, astrology is the worst one because there is no benefit to astrology. Like at least with wood cutting, you it feeds into other skills. With astrology, once it's done, it's done. That's it. And that, God, excuse me. That's where all these other game modes are kind of interesting because, you know, if you got a speed run or one skill at a time or hardcore combat only or whatever all you get, like you've got all these different choices and strategeries on how you want to make all this work. It's kind of wild. Oh, we're leveled up here, or we found it. Let's travel over here. How big is this? So, Township, and let's put you on auto. You go do something. Township and logs. So, with Township, yeah, you can, once you get the trader unlocked, I can't remember what level you have to get the trader. You have to get up to a certain point to unlock the trader. But you also have to have a certain level to be able to buy the food box or the wood box or whatever. So yes, you can get stuff for them, but you still have to have the skill leveled up and able to purchase them out of here. Because I remember with I think it was my hardcore character somewhere, I got stuck and I kept wanting to buy this stuff, but I couldn't because I didn't have a level in that. No, no, no. I get that. I mean, I get the whole leveling thing with summoning, but I'm just thinking of how I would roll that together. Because like I would want to start summoning somewhere. Like if I started off with woodcutting, how can I say this? I would want to make sure that I didn't start skills that I would want to make sure that I had the right skills to start summoning with. So if I unlocked astrology and agility, I wouldn't be starting summoning. I would make sure that I had wood cutting and mining at least unlocked, if not fishing, so that I could at least get the tablets for these because that would raise the summoning level. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go too far into like cooking or stuff, thieving, stuff like that, like the skills that I would probably start with would be something like thieving because you get items for all the other skills. But it's so far down here, like it kind of hurts summoning. Oh yeah, agility sucks. Fire making sucks. Is it township tasks? Okay, maybe that's what it was. Yeah. Summoning's painful no matter what. The only grace that summon or the redeeming factor of summoning is that it goes with so many other skills. So like you say, you get far enough along. And most skills, man, what would I take? I might be inclined to take fishing first because with fishing, you get that ring of mastery or ring of skilling. That gives you makes it move a little faster. Jesus. Yeah, summoning before combat would be good. Yeah, I know they didn't they do something that pissed everybody off and they had to change it. I can't remember what that. I saw something, and I was like, well, yeah. I mean, it's same difference at that point. I mean, astrology's a good start. Fishing is good for money. Astrology's good for everything else in the game. And the crazy thing with astrology is by the time you get it to 120, I think usually it's fully mastered out. So you've got everything. And astrology doesn't cost anything. Yeah, it just costs stardust. Jesus, I can never remember the name of it. Just costs that. So there's no gold cost. Oh. Mm. Yeah, astrology is kind of a no-brainer to start with because it just affects everything else. And if you can get all the masteries on all this, it makes all of the rest of your game great. It's just a matter of when do you take this. Because if you get the skilling ring, you can level this up faster. If you get the fire making cape, you can level it up faster. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. There's a few things that help, like all this stuff, the skilling suit, but like all of it works together, you know. And it's which do you take first? Something I made that comment earlier, way earlier. Something has to be the first skill, so you have to make a choice first. Oh, you definitely want Township. You want to do Township. Township's got a lot of benefits to it. Kind of, if you want to look at it this way, kind of all the skills play into each other in some fashion. There's not really a useless skill. There was a time when I would have said crafting was completely stupid to worry about, but they really improved crafting and added a lot of stuff to it. But all these skills give you benefits. Township gives you the ability to trade in and out. Um, oh yeah, fire making. Well, you know, I feel like fire making. Well, on a one skill at a time, that's different. But if you're just, I think, Foolish Anna just started playing, so the whole game is wide open. The thing with Township is it's going to cost you a bunch of money, and it's going to cost you repair costs. Eventually, it goes to the positive, and when you get these Township tasks, completing these things gives you stuff. So like these are the ones that I don't have completed yet. So if I was to complete this and turn in 1,000 paper and 5 of these broken trowels, I get 3,000 paper in return, which is it's you get 3 times the return on that. If you get 10 of these seeds, you're going to get a bunch of cool stuff. If you kill 10 of these, you're going to get some Slayer coin and stuff. The Township tasks are probably worth more than the town itself or township. Oh yeah, oh Jesus, yeah, fire making. You want herb lore first, which gives you this uh controlled heat potion. Yeah, the bonfire deal. See, that's where one skill at a time, you have to plot your course and you have to pick what skill you want to do. And that's kind of the way adventure mode is, but one skill at a time is far more restrictive. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Herblore does suck. Herblore sucks even with all that. Is this like intentional? Like you can just mouse over these and see what's there. So now I know where to go for that. Oh, but it takes level 90. What did I just mouse over? There's old mine in cartography right there. It's telling me where to go. I saw, oh yeah, it was the mine. Is the mine abandoned vein mine? That's what I was looking at. I wonder if that's where you go mine that other stuff. There's a lot of content here, and you can get like a year, at least a year or 18 months worth of playing this game. Like there's so much to do, and they've just added another expansion. There's a lot to do in this game. It's not as complicated as it kind of is complicated, but it's a lot simpler than you think. Yeah, one skill at a time. You definitely brick yourself fast. And there's a mod for it. Be streaming. The next one is going to be the Ancestors mod. One skill at a time. One skill at a time will be interesting now that the expansions here. That'll be. I'll wait for that. I'll wait for the mod to get fixed so that it unless they have it. I'll wait for that. I do want to do the next thing I want to do is a character for whatever the whatever game mode they just added. That looks awesome. That does look really cool. That'll be the next one, but that's going to be a little bit here. I'm going to try to see how this all goes. You know, you can do, let's see here, travel here. What are we, can I survey that? Then you can queue. Why can't I queue? Oh, you can only queue the ones you can see. Yes, when I do so my plans for right now is to play this for a while. I want to get into this expansion a little bit. Like I've gotten to see, probably get these up, you know, cartography, and I can't say that word. I have a hard time saying the word. Get cartography and archaeology leveled up a little bit. I want to see what these dungeons look like. Like we got into this combat area earlier, fought this stuff out. You guys haven't seen the barrier combat. That's different. That's a nice touch that they've changed. So I want to try the expansion out, get some of the items, get my standard character a little further along. And so in another, I don't know, a week or something like that, I'm going to start that new game mode with a new character. We'll have a stream for that, just like this one, but it'll be for that character because a lot of the cool things that you do is in the first couple hours of a new character. So that's going to be the goal for that. And from there, it'll be a new series. So that'll be down the road here soon. The new skills are very cool. I am digging this cartography stuff. The archaeology, I think, you know, the archaeology thing is kind of cool and all, but the cartography is so much better. You know what I mean? Like this is so much cooler of a skill. It's so much more interesting. Like archaeology is cool and all, but this is kind of the really interesting thing to look at right now. But yeah, I'm really liking these. The new skills are good. And yeah, there's going to be a YouTube series for sure. I didn't realize they were adding a new game mode. Like I kind of got, I don't want to say bored, but I've already played so many other characters and so many other game styles. I was kind of just ready to not play for a while, which is why I haven't done anything for what, 2 months, 3 months. It's been a while. I just kind of been chilled out with it. And it's not because I don't want to play. It's just because just kind of stagnant for a little while. Like we needed this expansion to really bring something for me to, something new to play. So definitely starting over with a new characters, got two new skills to do, all these different combat areas. Like they've added a ton of combat areas. I didn't realize they added so many regular ones. There's only 3 in the Slayer areas, and there's only like 5 dungeons, but they've added what, 8? Yeah, 8 of these in here. So they went hog wild on the combat side, the regular combat areas, which I think is great because I always felt the combat areas were lacking. But now is a good time to start a new character and start a new run. And then they gave us a new game mode. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that ancient game mode. That's going to be cool. So as far as I don't know about the new, hardcore is definitely the only way to play hardcore is really conservatively. Like you don't want to ever step into anything that's remotely going to kill you ever. So you way over level, you way over gear. And then when you do get to the really hard stuff in Throne of the Herald, you're like, all right, I'm going to approach this one very carefully. So that one gets, hardcore was fun, but you pucker a lot while you're playing. So there is new fishing areas. If you go in here and click on fishing and you go to spend your masteries, there's definitely new fish in here, but you don't get the areas. So I presume we have to find them in cartography. And mining, there is no, there's the crystal stuff, but they don't show, like you only see crystal and pure crystal. Yet if you go to smithing, there are different bars. So like we've got Aeronite and Dark Steel. So they've added a couple of new bar types, but they're not showing up in the mining side. So I don't know how to mine them. And if you go click on that, it says it needs Aeronite ore. So I don't know how you get that. I'm going to presume that this thing here, this abandoned vein mine, is probably where you got to find it. That's why I kind of started angling over to this direction. So that was my big issue with adventure mode, is that once you've unlocked all your skills, that is it. That's all there is to it. You're done. So then it becomes just standard mode with a ×10 multiplier. That's it. But with this new game mode, if you look through it, you're limited at like level 10, and you have to complete certain things to open up certain other things. And like you don't get cooking or fishing until you've beaten Into the Mist. That's brutal. Like you don't even get cooking and fishing at all until you've beaten Into the Mist. And that's a tough fight. And especially have to go, well, I mean, you can just thieve it up, I guess. Township, probably get food from there. That's going to be a rough mode. And you can only you're limited to level 10. I think somebody said that you randomly, like it randomly level, as you beat a dungeon, it gives you 10 more levels to like a random skill or something. Like it sounds like it's got a lot to it. And that's more how I envision adventure mode should be. So the relic mode sounds really cool. Yeah. Yeah. Check this out. I loaded this one up earlier, and I was looking at that and I was trying to figure it out, and I had to go I eventually read the rules. So if you go in here and you go to this relic mode, you're straight up locked out. And if you click on this, it says this skill is locked. Defeat him. Oh, impending darkness. It's even worse. It's even worse. I thought it was Into the Mist. So, yeah. So you're spending a lot of time, and everything's locked at level 10. You can only get skills up to level 10. And until you go beat, like, you have to go beat the chicken coop. And it looks like it might scale. It's completions until next skill 1. I'm going to assume that counter, I don't think that goes up to 2. I think that probably goes up to like 5 or 10 or something. So you're going to have to defeat this a lot to level up. It looks crazy. Oh yeah, there's mods to cheat all the stuff you want. There's mods. There's plenty of mods. If you want to just skip half the experience and just zoom past it, there's mods for that. Uh, all kinds of different ones. I got some wild berries. The hell are these things? Food that goes in. Did I dump all my food in here? I thought I had a food section. Oh, it's over here. These go. There they are. These go over there. Oh, cartography stopped. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't have it set to automatic. That could be a problem. Let's survey that. Yeah, and with Township and thieving and combat, there's a lot of places you can get things from. So if you need food or whatever, you can usually find stuff somewhere. It's just with that level 10 cap on everything, or 10 level cap, whatever you want to say, that makes it tough. Sorting your sorting all your items in the bank. Is that what you're saying? It took me a while to figure out how to get this stuff sorted that way, but you play enough characters. If you're talking about the bank stuff, you play enough characters, you kind of get used to how you like things. Then you sort it all that way. This one, I just have a dump tab. That's what this thing's for. So the way I do it is I have which is where everything new comes into. So I know if it shows up here, I've never seen it before. I mean, it's got the little green thing, but I try to keep this as blank as possible. And we were limited by, I've bought 3 tabs now. They've given us the ability to purchase tabs, which is fantastic. But I used to have things split up. Like I used to have wood on one and coal and stuff on another one. But this is basically my crafting tab. So any of the raw materials that you would use goes in here, whether it's trees or even and I started doing this for all my classes or all my characters. And then if I need to sell something, we've got the sell all unlocked and everything. Seeds. I guess I got seeds in here. So that's kind of how I use it, is I just dump all this stuff in here. And if I don't want to keep it, I just uncheck it and then sell it all. So get rid of it that way. And then I do one for potions, just because it's easier to see what the potions, because you have to upgrade potions, which I now have this upgrade all button, which is a great mod to have. That upgrades all these for you, which is fantastic. And then I got one for the runes, just because I like to see them differently. I want to see my piles, and I don't want to have to scroll through all this shit here to see it. Same thing with tablets. That's the only reason I have these on different ones. Then I do like one for rings, weapons. This one, on this character, I started doing all the upgrade stuff because I got sick of having to try to scroll through all this crap here and find something. And we need to lock everything in here. So I split out the skilling stuff from the combat stuff. Generally, they do all the combat stuff based on class. So you'll notice that all the different magic stuff is pretty much together in some way. Well, I shouldn't say that. The magic stuff for this Slayer stuff is all put together, and the magic stuff from the dungeons are together. So you can kind of find things that way. But when you've got random skilling thing over here and random other skilling thing over here, it kind of sucks. So I moved it over to the tab here. And then this tab is all the different stuff you can, all the consumable stuff. So yeah. Once I've set this stuff up in here and I've got it all quick equipped, I just click on it and that's it. That's how I go. But getting in there is kind of a process. And then I've got one for food, one for ammo, one for all the different items in the game. I wanted to make sure this, my standard account had everything in the game, so I've got that. And now I've added one for the archaeology stuff and one for summoning. That way I can find the summoning gear and equip it easier. That's what search is for. I love search. They do a great job with the search. And it is brutal trying to find everything. It definitely is. I don't like one tab though, because then it's all one giant jumbled clusterfuck, and I can't stand that. Whereas, you know, if you've got it spread out, I can at least go find something. Like this tab here, this tab is ruthless to go through because there's so much crap in here. Like I even have the puzzle pieces. Oh, there's some tokens there. I still do have some mastery tokens. I was looking for those earlier. I couldn't remember where I had them. I guess I dumped them in here because I wanted to have like one of every item in the game. So all the other crap that I wouldn't use ended up in here. If this was a hardcore character, I wouldn't have some of this stuff. Now, the bronze daggers, I absolutely would keep because they're used in summoning. Like you can use those if you wanted to make the golden thief. Like I would keep those no matter what, just because, now the daggers, the axes, and what else do we got? This is just shields, daggers, axes, and shields. I would keep. The rest of this I would get rid of. But this, I wanted to do the whole living bank account thing. So that's why I have all this. And I've just been, as it comes in, because I've got it all sorted. So if I get it, it just sorts itself. So if I get it from combat or whatever, it just falls in here. But if I get a new one that I haven't, I didn't have at the moment, I just drag it all over. I know they suck. But if you're doing like hardcore, some of that stuff's hard to come by, especially when you only get it from like thieving or combat or something, because you don't have that other skill leveled up yet, or adventure mode. That adventure mode's worse because you don't have stuff yet. So I don't know. That's how I usually do my bank account for whatever it's worth. That's the way I do mine. Oh, this has only got 2 levels. So you went the opposite way and just turned off all tabs altogether. Man, I can't do that. I can't do that at all. This has been a pretty long stream. I kind of expected this to go about an hour. I wasn't expecting to be on for so long. And that's the cool thing about modding is you can limit yourself as much or as little as you wanted. You can add stuff, you can take stuff away. Like somebody was asking about mods to speed through XP and stuff like that. Like there's mods that speed the game up so that these go faster. Not that you actually, like our speed runs do. The speed runs are typically just sped up, and you can get mods that just speed the game up. It doesn't change it in any other way. It just speeds it up. You get mods that, do all this other stuff. One skill at a time I'm working on cartography right now, and then we're going to work on archaeology. See, it's already going. And there's only 2 skills. Ooh, what's this? If I wasn't here, it would actually tell me what that was. So if I travel back, where'd that go? Where was that? Go back here. That's right there. So if I come back to here, it doesn't say anything. That's crazy because it's got a big exclamation point on it. But it doesn't tell me what that is. But if I come over here, there it is. But yet if I go away, it tells me the mine is there. That's crazy. Oh. All right, I'm going to just set auto survey. Wow, it's already 1 o'clock. So I guess I'm going to close the stream out here. I need to eat. Dog needs to go out. Really good stream. Glad everybody showed up. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you are enjoying this because this does look like a really good expansion. So I'm going to cut things off here. We will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.